were suffering on the Biden. They weren't happy. That's the bottom line.
I don't necessarily disagree with you that the voters thought that. I think the numbers say otherwise. But now Trump has to deliver. Republicans control the White House, the House, and the Senate, and it's their term. And Trump said prices would come tumbling down as soon as he won. Prices have gone up. Trump said he would solve the Iran war in 24 hours. Hasn't been solved, last time I checked. So I think Trump's got some big promises to deliver on the American
I'm not. We're not here to talk about your weird thoughts about Dave. We're here to talk about Donald Trump. Matt, you vote for Donald Trump? Why do you like him? How do you defend Donald Trump pardoning 1,500 January 6th insurrectionists? I have. How do you defend Donald Trump pardoning 1,500 January 6th insurrectionists? How do you defend Donald Trump pardoning? Gavin, I'm gonna give you one more chance. If you want to answer the question or not, you can have it. If you don't, press the like button. How do you defend Donald Trump pardoning 1,500 January 6th insurrectionists? All right, if you're MAGA, let us know in the chat. Whenever you want to take your time. You can tell us why you're MAGA. You voted for him, but peculiar, strange thing to do. Venmo Cash App. Whitney, thanks for the five. Just wanted to say hello and that I love and appreciate all that you do. Whitney, I love you back. Thank you for being here. Andy, thanks for the one. Asked Chris about this last night, but if the argument of RFK comes up as a mental health prop, I would love to talk about his opinion on my mental health generally, along with the trans debate as a trans man. My TikTok is Andy Bard. Definitely. A lot of good people. I would love to get up here and talk about these things. Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, and the link in the bio for both Parker and I. Yeah, what's going on, man?
Did I miss it? No, it didn't start from the beginning. I don't know why. YouTube does that. My bad. Oh yes, I am loving this playlist. Lizzie, Teresa, we're gonna do a bar. As soon as I move to Vegas, in the house, we're gonna do a barbecue, and Teresa is the DJ. Yes. Go make some noise, so I'm gonna have to invite the neighbors. Good energy on. You have to invite yourself. You have to invite yourself. Kawash, thank you. Happy birthday. Thank you so much. Yes. Kawash, thank you. Whee! It takes you one day. I am Honey Samster. I appreciate you. Thank you for being here. I'm having a wonderful time. And I can't wait tomorrow to see my favorite singer. Awash, thank you. Woo! Awash! Hi! Thank you, DJ T. DJ T. Can we have some DJ T stickers in there?
Yo, can I hear this record by Rob Bass and DJ Easy Rock?
Hey man, you sure you want to hear this, man? You sure about that, man?
Yeah, I'm sure. I want to hear
All
it.
right.
Benjamin. Tabby, thanks, Tabby. DJ T on the playlist tonight. Thank you. Isn't it amazing, guys? I'm loving the tune. I am loving it. They're dancing like that. Oh, cool. Thank you guys so much. You're right, Benjamin. Are you having a good time? Oh, cool. Also, it's good. Yeah. You dancing with. I know. Buddy is dancing. Yes, Buddy.
Test. Test. Test, 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 test. Hey Alexa, play Run This Town by Jay-Z.
Run This Town by Jay-Z, featuring Rihanna, Kanye West, on Amazon Music.
I am your host, Santana. Tap, tap, tap the screen, share the live out, do all the wonderful things to let the TikTok know that we are in the building. Guys, I am sorry about the delay. I had a bit of technical difficulties, but I am here and I am ready to get things going. Guys, if you could, please tap, tap, tap the screen, share the live out, do all the wonderful things. Guys, if you could, please tap the screen, do all the wonderful things. Guys, this is Late Nights with Santana. Hey, Tashay. Hey, Tashay, how are you? Oh my gosh, you've been gone forever. Hello, hello, hello. Everyone tap the screen. Let's go ahead and get the likes up to 8,000 likes. As soon as we get the likes up to 8,000 likes, we will open up the panel. If you are interested in joining the conversation, please, please, please request up. Guys, I have this 1 cent gift goal, which is the little pink heart plus. If we can knock those out a couple of times, it will help actually push out the live to the FYP. So if you are interested in joining the conversation, please go ahead and request up. Let's get the likes up. Also, if you have not sent your daily heart me, go ahead and send it. It's only 1 coin. Go ahead and send it. It's only 1 coin and it will help boost the live. It will help push us out to the FYP. So guys, please do all the wonderful things so we can actually keep it going. How was the donation? That was weird. That was weird. Can you guys hear me? Okay. You said, how was the donation for the crowdfunding? Listen, we're going to talk about mutual aid. We're going to talk about mutual aid. We're going to talk about mutual aid. I'm not going to spill the beans just yet, but we had an amazing, amazing week of mutual aid. I will say that. I will say that. I'm not going to say what we did just yet because I want people to be able to get in here. But I will say that we absolutely had an amazing week of mutual aid. So guys, if you could, please tap, tap, tap the screen. Let's go ahead and get the likes up to 8,000 likes. Again, guys, the likes are moving super slow. The likes are moving super slow. Again, as soon as we get up to 8,000 likes, I will open up the panel. I will open up the panel, but I need everyone tapping the screen. Tap the screen, share the live out. Let's go ahead and get the shares up as well. You know, the TikTok doesn't really like when we go back and forth from the phone to the TikTok studio. That's one thing that I don't like. So I need you guys to be active participants so we can get more of a push. I need you guys to be an active participant so we can get more of a push. So again, I need you guys tapping the screen, sharing the live, knocking out the daily gift goal. It's only 1 coin. It's the little pink heart puffs, and it will help push us out to the FYP. But guys, I need you all doing the wonderful, wonderful things so we can get people in here, so we can go ahead and get the, hey, down bad. Thank you for sending out that sub. Guys, let's keep tapping the screen. Again, as soon as we get up to 8,000 likes, we will open up the panel. Hey, W's in the chat. W's in the chat. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, Alexa, stop. Guys, we have so much to talk about. We have so much to talk about, including Donald Trump's America is taking shape. It's taking shape, and honestly, it's outrageous, right? And I know it's not just me. So again, guys, I need you locked in. We're not getting much of a push at this moment. I need you guys locked in for me. Tap, tap, tap the screen. Let's go ahead and get the likes up to 8,000 likes. I'm going to try resetting this daily gift goal again. We're going to keep resetting this to these 1 cent goals. If you have not sent your heart me, go ahead and send it. It's only 1 coin, and it helps boost live. So again, I am resetting our daily gift goal. If we can knock this out to these 1 cent gift goals, if we can tap the screen, share the live, and also send your daily heart me, it will help boost the live. Guys, we only have 6 shares. 6 shares. We only have 6 shares. Share the live out. Do all the wonderful things, guys. We are so close to 8,000 likes, and I don't want to hit a restart. I want to see if we can actually push through this and not have to do a restart. But guys, we have to. I need your help. I need your help. I need your help. I need your help. So I need everyone in the live to keep tapping. I see it's kind of moving a little bit. I need your energy. I need your help. All right, we got 8,000. I'm going to go ahead and open up the panel. If you are interested in actually joining the panel, please go ahead and request up. This is Late Nights with Santana. If you are a Trump supporter, get in the box. If you are someone that supports Donald Trump, get in the box. If you are not a Trump supporter, you can also join. This is Late Nights with Santana, and any and everyone is welcome. So if you are interested in joining the panel, go ahead and request up. Go ahead and request up as we get started. Brett, what up, Brett?
What's up, brother?
How's it going?
It's going, man.
It is going. It is going. Chris, what's happening?
Oh, just another day in Gotham City, but just got out the. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, it is. It's been an interesting day for sure. And you know, the funny thing for me. Oh, let me go ahead and kick this over here. The funny thing for me, right, is, and I say this all the time. It's interesting going into the weekend, especially like dealing with politics and the different things that we actually deal with. Oh snap. Okay, wait, guys, can you talk for a minute? They said they couldn't really hear you.
Can't hear me?
They said they can't hear the guests.
Mic check, mic check.
I'm here.
This is
That's got to be on you, dog.
Let's try this. All right, try talking again.
Yo, what is up?
Yo.
Hopefully people can hear us now.
Brett, can you hear me at least?
Yeah, I can hear you, bro.
Okay.
You guys still can't hear them?
This dang Doge trying to jam the signal here because they know we're about to spill the truth.
It says volume might be too loud for viewers.
Oh, snap.
Oh my gosh. Man.
Yeah, troubleshoot something. I don't know what's going on.
Listen, the freaking thing has been messing up this whole time.
Yeah.
Did you forget to tell Elon 5 things that you did this week?
I might have actually forgotten to get Elon that update, and I think that might be what's causing. Holy crap!
Yeah, man. Friggin' Santana didn't send those 5 bullets in. It's game over. He's like, nope. I didn't get those 5 bullets.
Say you ain't doing nothing.
Yeah, no. You're saying they're super low. They're super low. What? And I literally I didn't do. It's freaking stupid. Hold on. Give me a second, guys.
It's always your fault, bro.
It absolutely is. It absolutely is.
Honestly, though, that's petty for Elon to do when you think about it. That's kind of disgraceful, to be honest.
I mean, but it is the type of stuff that he would do.
Yeah.
It is absolutely the type of stuff that he would do.
That's petty.
All right, can you guys try saying something?
Hey, you.
Something? Something else? Something more?
No tax on tips, no tax on overtime.
Can you guys hear them now?
Tax cuts for rich people.
Nothing. Oh, smokes.
Elon's not my president.
Yeah, Elon's not.
Y'all know that meme? You're not my dad.
Yeah.
That's what every time I see Elon, I'm like, you're not my president.
Yeah, drill, baby, drill.
I'm telling you, this day just doesn't want me to be great. That's what it is.
Shit, dude.
It's Doge trying to block your signal, bro. They don't want to hear the truth. Brett, I'm thankful that Texas is no longer a winter apocalypse because that joint was cold last week. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Dude, yeah, man. It got, I think last week it felt like it was 14 here. I was like, shit.
Yeah, like I'm glad because here's the thing, both little.
But
like,
you guys can still hear me, right? You just can't hear them.
Oh, we can hear you.
No, I'm talking to the chat.
Well, we knew who you were talking to, but they couldn't hear us, so we were still talking.
Yeah. Okay, they said that they can at least hear Santana. They can't hear me and Brett.
They're not missing out on much, are they, Chris?
No, not really.
No.
Not much intellectual property being thrown up here, guys. Don't worry
Can
about
you guys hear them now?
Guys, we need Starlink satellites to fix this.
You said you can hear Brett a tiny bit.
Oh, snap. You said, can't hear Brett. Chris is very faint. I'm going to plug my mic in a second. Yeah.
Yeah, I have my whole setup.
I'm just speaking on my phone, but I'm going to plug my mic in and see if that'll help out real quick. Ugh. Oh, man.
Yeah, guys, okay, say something again. See if that helped.
Hello.
Yeah, it was working until Chris got on. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
Oh wow! So we just made a bigoted comment. No, just wait. No, stop it. Just wait.
That's how we're gonna start our Monday night.
Also, Santana, can we say another prayer? Our boy Zay got taken down on the back up.
Oh boy, he stays with a fresh one. He stays with the fresh one. Hold on.
Yeah, but have y'all ever gotten arrested for saying fuck?
No.
What's that?
Okay, what about now? Can you guys talk now? Talk now. See if they can.
All right. Can
Testing.
hear us now? Oh, Chris, you just got louder.
Yeah, I plugged my mic in.
Okay, so you guys can. Okay, can you hear Brett? Brett, talk for me.
Can y'all hear me? We can hear them now.
All right.
Fixed it.
All right. All right. Holy smokes. Oh, okay. W's in the chat for Justin, who sent a $5 donation, saying over on YouTube side, it's pretty much just Brett that's insanely quiet.
But I have my mic in as well.
Also, W's in the chat for Gene, who sent a $1 donation. And Gene, thank you for looking out, Gene. Gene helped me out with something. I'm not gonna call it out, but W's in the chat for Gene. Let me hop back over to the YouTube side real quick. YouTube, can you guys hear Brett okay now? Brett, can you
Chat,
talk for a
can y'all
moment?
hear me talk? Do I need to sing?
Opera, yes.
I can't do opera.
Okay, it says that we're good on YouTube now. What about Twitch? Twitch? Are we good on Twitch?
Twitch, can you hear me?
Somebody said I can hear you talk, but singing would be cool.
Sounds like it's coming from your headphone. Yes. Jan74, so you can hear Brett and Chris over on Twitch well now? Are we all good?
I'm good.
We Gucci.
Get the last okay from Twitch, and then we can move forward. Okay, perfect. Twitch can hear now as well. Twitch can hear. Twitch can hear. YouTube can hear. Everybody can hear now. All right, guys. Well, that was an eventful start. Guys, tap the screen, share the live, do all the wonderful things, right? We are off to a bang up start. So this is Late Nights with Santana. If you are interested in joining the panel, please go ahead and request up. If you are someone that voted for Donald Trump, go ahead and request up. You are more than welcome to actually join the panel. If you are a friendly, meaning you are someone that did not vote for Donald Trump, and you want to actually join the conversation, you are more than welcome to actually join the conversation. Guys, we are interested in talking to each and every person. Keep tapping the screen. Let's go ahead and get the likes up. Let's get the likes up to 25,000 likes. Let's get the shares up. Let's get the shares up to at least 50 shares, guys. Let's do all the wonderful things. We're going to get this set and going. I'm going to reset the daily gift goal again. We're going to keep resetting it to this 1 cent goal. Guys, we got to get back on track, so we need to go ahead and knock this out and make sure that we are good to go. Again, if you are interested in joining the conversation, you are more than welcome, no matter if you voted for Donald Trump, no matter if you did not, or no matter if you support Donald Trump, no matter if you do not. I would love to talk to each and every person. We're going to go around the panel and do a quick introduction just to get a quick temperature check to see where we are. I'm going to start with Brett. Brett, how are you?
I'm good, brother.
Wonderful.
How about yourself?
Good, Brett. Hey, Brett, so question for you. What do you think about the direction that the country is heading as of now?
I don't think very highly when our country is going into the shitter. So, yeah, no.
Okay. All right. Perfect. Thank you. Chris, how are you?
I'm doing good, man. What's going on?
Good. Chris, what do you think about the direction that our country is currently heading in?
Well, we're currently doing a nosedive, right? So we have, nothing but budget cuts in the wrong place, bad economic policies, and, more than rumors of wars that are about to happen. So not a good thing to be right now.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you so much. Supervision, how are you, my friend?
I'm doing swell, buddy. How you feeling?
Wonderful. Supervision, what do you think about the direction that the country is currently heading in?
I think the country is optimistic. I think we headed in a better direction than we was last 4 years.
Okay, fair enough. Thank you. Give me 1 second. ADH teacher, how are you?
I'm tired. How are you?
Same. What do you think about the direction that our country is currently heading in?
I'm really curious what Mr. Musk thought was going to happen when he takes all the ADHD people off their meds and puts them in a work camp. I'm not quite sure he's thought that all the way through. So
Okay.
not thrilled.
Okay. Perfect. 231, how are you?
I'm doing well. I don't know what ADH is talking about. Maybe she's off her medicine. Like, that's so silly. Like, I never even heard of that.
Hold on, 231. You gotta let me ask the question first. 231, what do you think about the direction that the country is currently heading in?
I mean, I think it's great.
Okay, perfect. Give me 1 second, my friend. And I'm gonna
call me
Otto. Thank you, because I was about to mess that all the way up.
I got you.
Thank you, Otto. What do you think about the direction that the country is currently heading in?
I feel negative about where we are right now, but hopefully optimistic that our checks and balances actually click in sooner than later.
Okay. All right. Perfect. All right, guys. So we're going to go ahead and get this conversation started. And if you are interested in joining the conversation, please go ahead and request up. We have a couple of spots left on the panel. As we get ready to go ahead and get into the conversation, there's a couple of quick things that I want to remind everyone on the panel. While having these conversations, please be mindful of TikTok-friendly language. Please make sure you're using language that not only protects your TikTok, but protects the live and allow us to have these conversations. So make sure you're using words like pew pew, unalive, mustache man, C19, things along those lines. And also a reminder that this is a safe and friendly community. What does that mean? That means that we don't deal with any of the isms, racism, sexism, classism, nor do we do any of the phobias, homophobia, transphobia, none of it. We don't play that on the panel, nor do we play it in the comments. And speaking of the comments, please be mindful of caps. Caps are for mods, and they draw my attention away from the panel and to the actual comment. I want to make sure that I'm able to have these conversations, so please don't use caps. With that being said, guys, keep tapping the screen. Let's go ahead and get the likes up to 50,000 likes. Let's get the shares up to 75 shares. And last but not least, guys, we do have a nightly donation goal of $250. We've already gotten started off with a bang. So we have $6 already. Guys, Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. All of my pay links are in the link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks 24. Santana Speaks 24 is the best way to support the live. So if you enjoyed the education, information, entertainment, please consider donating. Everything is accepted. Anything's appreciated. With that being said, I want to start with supervision. Supervision, I'm going to give you the floor. You said that you are optimistic about the direction that the country's heading into, and I would really love to hear. And also, just an FYI, for everyone, if you are not currently speaking, please go on mute. We will do this one at a time, so no over talking, and of course there will be back and forth conversations at a certain point, but the request is if you are currently not speaking, please be on mute. So supervision, I'm going to give you the floor first. You said that you are currently optimistic, and I would love to hear some of the reasons or some of the things that may have happened. Thank you so much, Biggest Heifer, for the subscription. What are some of the things that have made you optimistic so far, and are there any things that you think that may be coming that other people should actually look forward to?
Well, first of all, I'm optimistic because the backlash towards President Trump, the division, that's what's making me iffy about the direction of the country, because there's like a split down the middle of the country, and it looks a little dangerous in the forecast.
Okay, so Okay, can you explain? So I understand the split, right? I get that part. Can you explain the first part a little bit more for me, please?
Can you say that one more time?
Mm-hmm. I said I understand the part where you said there's a split and there's a divide in the country. I understand that part. Can you explain the first part a little bit more for me? You said there was a backlash and things along those. Can you help me understand that one?
I feel like there's a lot of people that's targeting Trump, like with slander and misrepresentation. So that's basically how the division is being made.
Okay. Is there anything specific that you want to point to and say that you like that you notice that is either a slander or misrepresentation? Anything specific?
I mean, it's everything, brother. Everything is taken out of content. Everything is twisted. Everything he says twisted. They're throwing like these accusations on him about Elon Musk running the presidency. It's so much like wicked towards his name, basically.
Okay. So tell me something that you think that either he's doing well right now or his administration is doing well, or something that you're actually excited about.
I'm excited about the action in government reform. I feel like he's actively doing that in current time. I feel like he has rattled a lot of cages in that lane. So it's just exciting for that.
Okay. All right. Perfect. Give me 1 second here. So, Brett, I want to come to you. Brett, because Supervision said something interesting. He feels like that he's optimistic because there's been a shakeup. The Trump administration, they're rattling cages. And he also feels like Donald Trump and Supervision, I'm going to take a little bit of liberty here, and you stop me if I'm wrong, but he's optimistic that not only Trump but his administration are doing positive things, and they have our country going in the right direction. So, Brett, I guess I would give you the floor just to kind of get an understanding. One, do you think that Donald Trump and his administration are over scrutinized? And two, do you think that the quote unquote shakeup that they're causing right now is a positive one?
No and no, right? So here's the thing. Sorry. First of all, Trump's going after the whole DEI shit, right? But isn't his whole cabinet filled with DEI hires?
Ooh, that's one of the topic. DEI hires are taking over, and okay. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Brett.
But you know what I'm saying? So tell me how a lawyer knows anything about our healthcare, our health. It's literally just DEI. And do I think that he is scrutinized or is over scrutinized? No, he's not scrutinized enough. I mean, hell, Obama got scrutinized over a tan suit.
That's a good point.
Over his birth certificate. And you're going to tell me that the guy that actively has told 10-year-old girls that he's going to date them in 10 years is not being scrutinized enough? Nah.
Okay. All right. Well, and so I'm going to push back on you half a second, Brett, and then I want to come to 2, 3, 1. I'm going to say that he is over scrutinized. Surprise to anyone that's watching. You might be shocked that I said that, but yes, I think Donald Trump is over scrutinized. But I think he's earned it. I think when you actually create a track record and you actually prove that you are not necessarily doing the best thing that is in the interest of the people that you're supposed to serve, and you're not acting in good faith, and most time, then you draw more criticism, and so you are hyper criticized, and so it's going to highlight all the things that you do or don't do. So yeah, I do think that he's over analyzed, but I think he's also earned that. 2, 3, 1. I'm gonna give you the floor, my friend. What about you? What do you think? Do you think that the Trump administration or Donald Trump specifically is over scrutinized? And also, what do you think is something that's exciting that's either getting ready to happen or is currently happening that benefits Americans?
Yeah, sure. Thank you for the opportunity and the platform.
Absolutely.
Well, I do want to go a little bit against Brett. Like he said, because he said that DEI is in the Trump administration because he hired Robert Kennedy, who has been a lawyer for vaccines and healthcare for years and years and years. He's helped so many cases in that field that, yeah, he's not a doctor, but he's a lawyer that has helped that that facet, that those people that make that's exactly what made him qualified to be in this particular position. Yeah, he's a lawyer. He's not a medicine guy, but he is a lawyer for medicine. So like the whole DEI aspect, I would just say that that's incorrect by Brett, and with all due respect. So second thing, I mean, I'm optimistic about the $5,000 check that I'm about to get from all the money that all of us are about to get. All of us that are taxpayers are about to get $5,000. If you're not excited about that, then you're silly.
Okay. All right, so this is what I want to do. So Brett, I want to give you an opportunity to respond to him pushing back on the DEI comments, but then Chris, I'm going to let you do the heavy lifting on the $5,000 that everyone's going to be getting. So Brett, I'll give you a moment to respond, and then I want to come to Chris.
Yeah, so just because, like, would you trust one of these health people to be a lawyer just because they've been around RFK or because they've gotten sued? Do you think that Donald Trump, because he's gotten sued so much, could be a lawyer? Doesn't matter how much that you've been around something if you are not actively participating in the research, in the data, in all of this shit.
RFK is participating in the research, in the data, because that's what lawyers do when they're making research on a case.
Joe Biden's previous...
Hey, Big Hawk, I keep muting you. You've been on the panel. You know how this works.
Hey, Santana.
So, Big Hawk, hold on. Seriously, everybody else is remaining respectful and talking. Brett and 231 are talking right now. Give it a minute. I promise you I'm coming to you. Just hold on for a second. Let them actually have their conversation. I apologize, guys. Keep going.
Yeah, no, and it's okay. And Brett, by the way, also too, like, I'm not trying to come off like as like woe is me or condescending or anything like that. But I just, I truly believe that you've been misled and that it's actually wrong what you're saying. Like, RFK has been a lawyer for close to about 20, 25, maybe 30 years in that specific field. So I don't understand what makes him not an expert on that. And a DEI hire is just somebody that you would put into place because they are either of color or their gender is female or they're gay. They not because they're qualified, and I believe RFK is qualified.
Let me stop you there just for half a second, because I think that we have a little bit of a misunderstanding as far as what DEI is, right? So I know a lot of people think that DEI is specifically geared towards race or sex or things like that, but it's not, right? DEI, when speaking to diversity, equity, and inclusion, the best way to actually explain it is it gives opportunities to those people that normally wouldn't have the opportunity to show their qualifications. So you're not necessarily hiring anyone based off of, oh, this person is black, or oh, this person is disabled. You're saying that the fact that this person is black, that this person is disabled, does not exclude them from applying for said opportunity. So I do want to kind of actually, wrap back around to that.
Can I retort that or no?
Sure. If you would like to speak to it, but I definitely want to hear what Brett has to say.
I'd like to retort it. Retort it in just the fact that, like, okay, so let's just say, right? Let's just call pilots, okay? Out of 100 pilots, you've hired 80 pilots so far. And your requirement is 100 pilots, but you've hired 80 so far, and 80 of them have been white males. So now all of a sudden you're like, whoa, we can't hire any more white pilots because, right? So then those other 20 are going to be less qualified than let's just say that there were 20 more pilots that were white males that could have filled those jobs. Now all of a sudden you're not going to fill those jobs with the most qualified pilots. You're going to fill those jobs with the diversity that you're looking for. Does that make sense?
I hear what you're saying,
and we could reverse it. And we could reverse it, by the way.
Yeah.
You could do black basketball players.
Well,
right?
Okay, so hold on.
So you could do it that way too.
Hold on 1 second. So let me just jump in and actually, again, I really want to speak to this because I think you're missing the point of what DEI is, right?
I think I'm hitting the point right on the head, though, bro.
No, I think that you believe it, and that's why I'm letting you speak, right? I'm not cutting you off or doing anything like that. But again, DEI is not a quota. I think that's where the misconception is, and where a lot of people don't get it. It's not saying that because you have you have to hire 100 pilots, meaning you have to hire a certain percentage of those pilots need to be, woman or black or anything like that. Again, there's no quota built into DEI. And even the funny thing about that is DEI, a lot of people put a lot of emphasis as far as who DEI benefits, but the actual study, and there's numbers put behind this, that DEI quite literally helps white women more than anyone else in this country. But with that being said, because I want to come back to Chris, but ADHD, I know you wanted to say something about this DEI point, so I'm going to let you do it. But then Chris, I'm coming right back to you. Okay?
I think that when people say DEI, it's really easy to forget what it means. And so I prefer to actually use the words diversity, equity, and inclusion. Diversity means everybody, right? We want to make sure we have everybody that is qualified in the pool. So regardless of their background, their race, we want to make sure that we're looking for qualified applicants and that everybody has the option that is qualified to be in the pool. We want to make sure our institutions are representative of the communities that they're in. Equity, there's a really big misnomer between equity and equality, and we deal with it in education all the time. So I like to give this example. You have a baseball field and you have a fence, and you have an old grandpa, a really tall dad, and a little 4-year-old. Okay. Equality means they all walk up to the same fence, and whoever can see over the fence to see the baseball game gets to see over the fence to see the baseball game. Equity can mean one of two things. It can mean there are holes drilled in the fence at different heights so that whoever is not taller than the fence can actually still see the game. Or there are boxes available of different heights so that those who are not tall enough have the ability to be tall enough to see the game. So what we're doing is we're providing people what they need in an education in my field. We're giving people what they need in order to be successful and see the baseball game. That's equality. That's equity. Equality is just everybody has the same, everyone gets the same thing. You get the same ground and the same fence.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
inclusion is making sure we're including all of those people in it. So saying those 3 words and thinking about it that way kind of gets us out of this very much flashy DEI, CRT thing that gets people all riled up, and to think about, I want a workforce, I want a pilot force that has diversity, equity, and inclusion, because that's going to be we're going to be able to pull the best from everybody as long as we're all qualified. Yeah. That's all.
But don't we want the best pilots, the best bus drivers, the best taxi? I mean, don't we want the best of the best?
Yeah,
no
you're
absolutely
you're absolutely right. 231. Yes, we do. And see, that's the beautiful thing about DEI, right? Because what DEI gives you is it gives you the opportunity to prove that you're the best, not to say, because I think there's a little bit of a misnomer.
But doesn't DEI just help you meet a quota? If
see, that's the thing. There's no quota connected to DEI. That's the misconception. There's no.
Like if you have like a DEI at
Stop cutting him off.
No,
All right.
it's fine. Go ahead and finish your.
I
No,
mean,
you're
I
okay.
think
You're okay. Go
we're
ahead.
having a good conversation. So, like, I'm only cutting you off whenever I think that I have a fair point.
Chris mad, man. He had nails for
point.
breakfast.
Yeah. Hey, Big Hawk, chill out. Just chill out. Seriously. Go ahead and finish your point. 231.
Yeah, that was my only point was like so DEI, like if you're like, let's just say it's just for like Walmart, right? Like it's very different than if it's for like air traffic controllers. You know what I'm saying? Like like at Walmart, okay, you want to have some Chinese people, some women of color, some Hispanics,
Asian America. Holy smokes! Okay.
Well, you know what I'm saying. Come on, bro. Let's not be silly. Let's not be silly.
All right.
That's silly. Okay. So, right, but if you were going for like air traffic controllers, you'd want the best of the best, no matter if they were African American, if they were white, if they were Hispanic, if they were any color. You just want the best of the best. You wouldn't want to meet the quotas, like so.
Okay, so again, let me throw this out here, and then I really want to pass it around the panel, and I want us to get past this, right? DEI is not a quota system. It is not. There is no number that you have to hit in order to be able to be DEI compliant. That was never a thing. There's no company that has any type of DEI quota. DEI simply means that you are not excluded because something that makes you different. And to your point, 231, that means we're gonna look for the best pilot, no matter if the pilot's black, no matter if the pilot's a woman, no matter if the pilot's disabled. We're gonna look for the best pilot, and not just saying, well, we're gonna look for the best white pilot or the best man pilot. That's what DEI is. And if you want to get more,
I agree with you 1,000%. But then why? Then if you're making that point, and I agree with that point, why in the world do you even need DEI?
Yeah. You know what?
Why do you even need it if we're already agreeing?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. You and I agree, but I will let another black man actually explain why DEI is needed. Let me just, Chris, before I give you this, let me just read these off. Guys, W's in the chat for Jesse. Jesse sent a $5 donation saying, Jesse said this dude is babbling, bro. Jesse, don't be mean. Don't be mean, Jesse. W's in the chat for Jesse. And then W's in the chat for Justin, who sent a $5 donation, say, I say drop him. He's never going to get it. No, Justin, I disagree. He's going to get it. We're okay. Justin, we're good. We're good. Guys, W's in the chat for both Justin and Jesse.
If there's diversity and inclusion for babblers, then I'm in, all right?
Yeah. All right.
I'm in.
Hold on one second, guys. W's in the chat. W's in the chat for both Jesse and Justin. Guys, that means we are now only $234 away from closing out our nightly donation goal. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all of our pay links are in. All my pay links are in Linktree in the bio. Santana Speaks 24. Santana Speaks 24 is the best way to support the live. If you enjoy the information, education, entertainment, please consider donating. Everything is accepted. Anything is appreciated. And I just want to, you know what? We got more people here now, and I'm gonna say this maybe a couple more times throughout the night, but freaking massive W's in the chat for the chat. Massive W's in the chat for our community, because guys, last week, our first week of mutual aid week, in 1 week, we raised $3,000 to help a community member, a trans community member that is trying to escape Florida and get out of a horrible situation. We raised as a community $3,000 to help a community.
They got kids starving.
Big Hawk, you know what? Yeah. Anyway, $3,000 to actually help a community member out who was in need. You guys are so freaking amazing. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for everything that you did. $3,000 to help a community member, guys. And just a reminder, every third week of the month, we will be doing mutual aid week, where we pick someone in or outside of our community that needs help, that needs mutual aid, and we will come together as a community to actually support them. So just massive W's in the chat for all of you, for each and every person that helped, from the smallest to the largest. Thank you all for being amazing. With that being said, Chris, I'm gonna let you do double duty, double lifting, right? I want you to talk about DEI and how that's not a quota, but then also I need you to circle back around, and we got to talk about this money that everybody's gonna get.
Yeah, can I? So how about this?
Hey Chris,
Proposition
I
for
do work in HR. I can go after you, but I just want to touch on it too.
Yeah, but proposition real quick. Why don't I say one sentence on DEI, because I have the goats right here for that. We'll talk about the checks, but I also want to circle right back around to RFK, because I really need to drop this info. So I'll say
Go
one
ahead.
sentence on DEI, because we have two people that are
Okay.
So DEI, guys, the thing that's so common sense about this, DEI was put in place to make sure we look at people only for merit. If you guys don't know that, you need to look back at the Supreme Court cases of 1979. You need to look back when the EEOC even said that it is illegal for quotas. Guys, DEI was put in place so we can cut the BS and look at people for merit and skills. Please read some books. Okay, briefly about RFK, coming to my man Brett's defense here, and plus on top of that, guys, us as citizens really need to be doing research on people. So when RFK Jr., the person in question, he was not a medical lawyer. He was an environmental lawyer, guys.
Correct.
So the media paints this case, right? The fact that he was the only documented lawsuits that he's ever actually worked on was alleged polluters in the Hudson River. One of those cases had maybe 3 sentences where pollution harmed humans. That is about it, right? Also, he founded the Environmental Litigation Clinic at Pace University of Law. No medical experience. Guys, he does have medical experience, though, in the wrong direction. He recently founded the Children's Health Defense, which is an organization that advocates against children getting vaccinated. That is not something that you want, right? He's banned from America Samoa for causing a measles outbreak. He has 0 actual health experience, not even being a medical lawyer. That's a lie. Check his paperwork, check his bar, check his JD, check his lawsuits, if you think I'm lying. So with that being said, he's never actually worked on a medical case, so I don't know why we're talking about this. Checks. Okay, I'll make this one short and sweet here, right? With the checks, number one, right, we don't have any sufficient evidence that Doge is actually finding any wasteful spending that's going to be significant enough to give people $5,000. For example, USAID, the internal-external audit, was actually already done for FY24, and we have access to it because the Inspector Generals took months to do this. Elon comes in, supposedly gets this done in 2 weeks when he's not appointed by Congress to do so, and he's coming up with numbers magically that were never on the balance sheet, right? So you can't just come up with money that they never invested in whatever anyway. But let's just go ahead and plus also there's nobody that was making 150 year Social Security payments because Social Security's only been around since 1937. Last thing I'm going to say, even if we did say that they were able to do this, this would cause more harm than good. So let's go to our alternate universe where Doge is actually doing as intended and not lying. You would have to print out an extra $800 billion, right, to account for the taxpayers filed, and that would increase inflation to anywhere to between 7 and 8%. So that's in a fictitious scenario where Doge isn't BSing. But keep it a buck. I would love to hear the lovely syllogism on DEI because I love hearing Commissar's soothing voice in native school as well. So.
All right. Listen, so we're gonna do that, but to be fair, because Otto has been waiting, and I did say I saw Otto in the chat saying that he wanted to say something about it. So I'm gonna let Otto speak. I want to come back to 231 just so he has the opportunity to kind of, we're not just talking at him, and we can actually have this conversation, and then we'll either swing back around to Native or Sean. I already know Sean will slam dunk, but anyway, so that's what we'll do. And also, guys, W's in the chat for Monica. Monica sent a $2 donation saying, please listen. Santana and Chris are very educated. Listen, Chris is even more educated than myself, but thank you for the kind words.
No, I get it from Santana. Please freaking stop that.
Yeah, no, but thank you for the $2 donation, guys. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all of my pay links are in the bio. Santana Speaks 24. That means we're only $232 away from closing out our nightly goal. There's 347 people hanging out. If 232 people send $1, we can close that out this evening. So let's go ahead and take care of our nightly donation goal. Anything is accepted, everything is appreciated. Otto, I want to give you the floor, and then I want to come back to 231. But also, guys, just an FYI, there's one spot left open. We had to drop one of our I'll just say someone who's enthusiastic about Trump and the Trump administration and the direction of our country, because he had impulse control issues. So if you are watching and you actually think that we're going in the right direction and you're excited about this Trump administration and where our country is heading, please request up. You will get a voice on this panel. We will have respectful dialogue. I promise you, you won't be muted or anything like that. You will have an opportunity to speak. So if you are someone that has a position that you're excited about where the country is heading, please, please, please go ahead and request up. I will leave the box open for you. Otto, the floor is yours.
I really like what Chris said about DEI, especially when he was bringing up the information and also said how this administration is lying when they're coming up with their numbers, which goes to one of the first points that you were discussing was about the criticism or the critique of this administration right now. I think that is inevitable, especially with the hypocrisy what's going on. Even when we're discussing something like DEI, where we can look at somebody as J.D. Vance, who went through a DEI program to go to Yale to get his law degree, and now afterwards is part of an administration that wants to stop programs like this. When I'm listening to 231, I understand his points if he was looking at it only from a quota point of view. Mm-hmm. I still think he would be incorrect about his assumptions, but they find nothing wrong with saying that every white person, or mostly white men, that they want to have hired are qualified. This was not a DEI program, affirmative action, all these programs were not created to give an edge up to other people, but only for considerations. And yeah, I think I'll just land it with the DEI. There was something else I wanted to say, but
okay, no problem. We'll come back around to you in just a moment, my friend. Guys, keep tapping the screen. Let's go ahead and get the likes up to 100,000 likes. As a matter of fact, because you guys have been slacking on the likes a little bit, I'm gonna put a timer up. We're gonna give you guys 10 minutes to get to 100,000 likes. If we're not at 100,000 likes in 10 minutes, we are going to sub only. We're gonna go to sub only. So tap the screen, keep it moving. Let's get up to 100,000 likes, or you can go ahead and grab a sub and you can continue to actually chat. 231, the floor is yours, my friend.
All right, yeah, I'd like to respond to MBM and actually the real intellectual retort. Incorrect, but real intellectual retort. A lot of speaking points, but not a lot of substance, if you don't mind me saying, okay? So DEI, you said you said that the whole reason DEI was created was to include white men. That's what you said, right?
No, that's not what he said. I think you might.
No, he said that. He said it was to include white males. Well, that's what he said.
Okay, well, we'll double check with him once he gets back. But go ahead, you got it.
Yeah. So anyway, so I got the DEI. I got the DEI definition right here. So DEI stands for diversity, equity, and inclusion. Everybody knows that.
Yeah, and also, real quick, can you tell us where you're reading your information from, just so we can all
right from Google. If you just Google definition of
Google's a search engine.
So we can't use that. Okay,
well,
so use it. No problem. I won't use it. So let's get out of there and go to the whole Robert Kennedy.
No, I was asking you, what were you using within Google, right? Google is the search engine that houses sources.
Yeah, I just went to definition of DEI and it just pulls it up with this AI overview.
Okay, so he was reading from the AI overview. Yeah, if you click on it, it'll tell you like where exactly it's pulling the information from.
Okay. Yeah, and I mean, and nowhere in there does it say that it goes to white males. Like,
Chris, did you say that DEI was created to benefit white men?
No, I never said that.
That's his claim. I
Well,
didn't hear
that
you
never-
say that either. So
Yeah, that never came out of any of our mouths, actually.
I thought you said okay. Well,
I did not say that. So let's not strawman an argument that we never said. Please let's get to the meat and the potatoes of it.
all right, no worries. Okay, so then let's go to then Robert F. Kennedy. That was another thing that you said.
Yeah, of course. What's up?
So you said that he's not a particular lawyer in medicine. I didn't say that. I didn't.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't. I didn't say that. I said that he's been a lawyer and an advocate for vaccines and for.
Okay.
Hold on one second, Chris. Hold on one second, Chris. Let him do the thing.
Yeah, got it.
No, it's okay.
Go
It's
ahead.
okay. Like you can retort.
No, because you've been respectful and people have had the opportunity to speak. I want you to finish your thought.
Well, I just wanted to get your thoughts maybe too on the book that he wrote, which is The Real Anthony Fauci. And if you did read that book or if you know about that book, you understand that Anthony Fauci was he was in that movie, The Dallas Buyers Club. He was the evil guy in that movie. Okay?
Wait, so you're referring to a book that RFK wrote about Anthony Fauci?
That's crazy.
Yeah, RFK wrote the book called The Real Anthony Fauci.
Was it before or after the brainworm?
Well, no, it has to do with the fact that, like, basically, like, Dr. Anthony Fauci and his cronies and also Bill Gates. Hold on. Bill Gates also, like, they are experimenting on.
That's not true. Hold on, we can't do that. We can't do that.
Africa.
That is not true. Hey, 2, 3, 1. Yeah, we can't. I was gonna let you speak, but we cannot do that. That is absolutely not true. There is no one. Bill Gates is not experimenting on kids in Africa. Chris, go ahead.
Yeah, please. So, one, I'm not gonna, we're gonna go right back to his experience. His only public health experience. And you'd have to make a convincing case, and I have about 32, longitudinal medical studies, because unfortunately I have to talk about this every single day. His only experience building in the privatized healthcare sector is setting up what's called the Children's Defense Institute, which is an institute that dedicates against the anti-vaxxing of children. And we have no science, right, unless you're an advocate for polio coming back, that anti-vaxxing of children is a good idea, especially him who was an anti-vaxxer himself.
He's not an anti-vaxxer. He's against the extra vaccine.
So that's not what he said. Okay, so I'm just gonna keep dropping receipts because I let the data speak for my behalf. I don't.
Yeah, and that's fine.
Okay, so he actually had to publicly apologize for endorsing the 1981 Lancet report because he used to hold to the position that vaccines causes autism and people shouldn't vax. However, apology must not have been genuine because he literally founded the Children's Defense Institute a few years later, going around saying that children don't need to vax. He is against vaccinations of any kind, right? So we have this.
That's a misnomer.
Okay, can you give me a source, please? Because okay, it's cool.
Well, you said no vaccines of any kind, and I'm just trying to retort that. So,
okay, wait, can you give me a source? Because I got it from RFK himself. Can you give me a source? 1981 Lancet report correspondence, right? Robert F. Kennedy Jr. So
he's against vaccines of any kind.
Okay, so let's just do this real quick. I guess this will make it easier, right? Just to kind of walk through this, and I'll just say this real quick, guys. 1 second here. W's in the chat for Justin. Justin sent another $5 donation saying 231 is effing wild. W's in the chat.
And MDM, I actually respect you, bro.
I'm giving you the title.
Hold on, guys. W's in the chat for Justin. Thank you so much for that $5 donation. W's in the chat for Jesse. Jesse sent a $5 donation saying, careful, Chris, you're going over his head. Justin and Jesse are going back and forth with the donation. W's in the chat for Jesse for the $5 donation, guys. So that means now we are now only $222 away from closing out our nightly donation goal. So Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all of my pay links are in the link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks 24. Santana Speaks 24 is the best way to support the live. If you enjoy the information, education, entertainment, please consider donating. Everything's accepted, anything's appreciated. Just an FYI, there's a timer on the screen right now. You guys have 2.5 minutes left to get to 100,000 likes. If we're not at 100,000 likes by the end of the timer, then we will go to sub only. But in the meantime, in between time, I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to turn off the timer just for a moment, guys. I just want to make sure that you guys actually can see this. So this is a BBC article fact-checking RFK Jr.'s views on health policies. To start off, Robert F. Kennedy has been nominated by President Donald Trump for the next da-da-da-da-da. Speaking at an NPR interview in November, Kennedy said that Trump gave him 3 instructions to remove corruption from the health agency, returning these bodies to evidence-based science and merits, and then end chronic disease epidemics. Some of Kennedy's own standards aims at governments that are bound by misinformation, and many medical experts have expressed serious concerns around the nomination, citing his views on vaccines and health matters. On other matters, he's been more support, for example, da-da-da-da. Anyway, it goes down here and says, what does RFK say about vaccines? 2 through 1, can you see that?
Check Discord.
Sorry, I muted myself. Let me try to look at it. I'm on my phone, so it's so little. While Kennedy has denied, dang it.
No worries. I got it. It says while Kennedy has denied on several occasions that he says he wants to improve the science on vaccine safety, which he believes is huge. I'm sorry, I lost where I was. Has a huge deficit and wants good information for people so they can make more informed choices. But he's critiqued the vaccine safety regime, has been roundly dismissed by experts. While Kennedy has denied on several occasions that he's anti-vax and said that children and his children are vaccinated, he has repeatedly stated widely debunked claims about vaccine harms.
Yeah, he's vaccinated and his kids are vaccinated, but like what he's talking about is the vaccine schedule. Like, why all of a sudden did we go from like 8 vaccines as a recommended dose to like now like it's like 72 vaccines? But go ahead.
Okay, hold on one second, because Chris sent me something and I'm going to actually I'm gonna put that on the screen for in just a moment.
Give just a little bit of background.
Yeah, but give me 1 second. Let me just do this real quick because we got some big thank yous coming in. I want to make sure I catch up with these guys. W's in the chat for Jesse. Jesse sent a $3 donation saying Justin and I are being petty tonight. Yes, you and Justin are absolutely being petty tonight. W's in the chat for Jesse for that. But also, guys, W's in the chat for Jason, who sent a $50 donation saying, thank you for speaking up for us who don't know how. Listen, Jason, we are a community. We are a family. We are a team. We are here for each other. Thank you so much for your kindness. Thank you for your contribution. Just thank you. Guys, that means we're only $169 away from closing out our nightly donation goal. All right, Chris, I want you to give your context, and then I'm going to go ahead and pull up what you sent me.
Okay, so RFK has said numerous times, one on the Lex Friedman podcast, which was on July, and this is coming directly from him, right? So we're about to get a primary source and just end this right now. But July 6th of 2023, right, where he's on record saying there is no vaccine that is safe and effective. He goes on PBS NewsHour a few months later on November and reinforces the position that there is no vaccine that is safe and effective. Don't believe me? We're about to hear him say it loud and proud.
All right, guys. So let us, share the evidence. 1 second here. Nope, not that. All right. All right.
Difficult question. Can you name any vaccines that you think are good?
I think some of the live virus vaccines are probably averting more problems than they're causing. There's no vaccine that is, safe and effective.
Those are big words. What about the polio?
What are my views on vaccines?
Well, you've said previously that no vaccine is safe or effective, which is...
I've never said that.
You did say that in a podcast interview in July.
I've never said that.
You did say that. There are quotes, and that recording is there.
You are wrong, and you're making something up.
So you do not believe the statement that no vaccine is safe and effective?
I've
You don't
never
believe
said
that?
that.
According to these reports and the recordings you have in a podcast interview in July.
That's the problem. If you are reading reports about me in the mainstream media, including this network, they're almost all inaccurate.
All right.
Check this out. I'm going to show you how I afford.
There we go. Also, YouTube, I'm sorry, YouTube. I forgot that you guys couldn't see over on YouTube, so hopefully you guys could at least hear it, but I know you guys couldn't see it, so sorry about that. Also, guys, great job getting up to 100,000 likes. Keep tapping the screen. Keep sharing the live. I see we got a few people in here. W's in the chat for Jessica Raid. What up, Jessica Raid?
And
guys,
one more sentence on that.
Yep. W's in the chat for Jessica Raid. Welcome in, guys. Keep tapping the screen. Share the live out. Let's get the likes up to 150,000 likes. Do all the wonderful things. If we can knock out the daily gift goal, that would be super, super helpful. Go ahead, Chris.
And just one more thing, because we just built the cake. Let me put the icing. So not only did he lie to try and backtrack, but a few months later, after that interview, that's when he founded the Child's Defense Institute, which is dedicated towards anti-vaxxing of children. So now we have the whole story. He is committed to anti.
You can still vax children. Sorry, go ahead.
Dude, okay, got it. I'm the only one breaking sources. Please don't do that. All right, so with that being said, right, he and plus I don't, so this is coming from RFK once again, I let him do the speaking. I do not speak on his behalf. So a few months right after he went up there and lied and saying that he didn't do that, he founded the Child Defense Institute. Case closed.
Okay, it's not a case closed. Number one, because anybody with a video editor could change the dates and change the timestamps on any of that stuff. Number one. Number two, look, Robert F. Kennedy never said that you can't vaccinate your children. Never said that.
Do you want another quote?
You can do that. You can vaccinate your children. It's just mandatory vaccine schedules. Why did it go from 8 vaccines to now it's 70 something vaccines?
Okay. Hold on. Because I do want, listen, I do want to actually...
Let's go to the vaccine schedule and see what it is.
Hold on. Give me a second, guys. Listen, I get where we are. I don't want to stay on this specific point, more so because there's plenty of people on the panel that has not had the opportunity to speak, so I want to make sure that we pass it around to the panel and let other people speak as well. So, ADHD, one last word, but then we're going to push past this topic.
Sounds good. Well, because as science happens, we find more vaccines for more diseases. Therefore, we want to protect kids against more things so less kids die. So that's why we have more vaccines.
Absolutely. All right, so let's do this real quick. I want to introduce the 3 new people that are on the panel that hadn't had an opportunity to speak. Brett, are you still with us or are you asleep?
I mean, I was going to sleep to Chris's dulcet tones, but...
I just wanted to make sure you were still here. I know how you get old, man.
It's coming up on that time.
I know,
so
it's your witching hour.
Bounce.
Yeah, it's all good. And, you're here. This is interesting. So we just got a restriction, and I'm assuming that's because the video was played, but hopefully that doesn't slow anything down. And
Can I call out a PayPal real quick?
Yeah, go right ahead, Chris.
Wow, okay, so Maria, shout out to the $50 on PayPal. Said, I work at UT, University of Medicine, and one of my homework assignments was to watch that whole Lex Friedman video that was not edited, and he indeed said that no vaccines are safe and effective. Maria, thank you.
Well,
Hold on. Again, I don't want to get stuck on that because, like, you know,
But it was
I
two
want to
different
keep
videos. It wasn't just the Lex Friedman.
right.
It wasn't just the Lex Friedman. It was one video spliced with another.
Just be quiet. Next point.
I just have a question. Can I ask him a question, Santana?
Who? I'm sorry. Who is that? I was looking at a different screen.
How are
Hey,
you,
Shay.
Santana?
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure. Go ahead and ask the question, Shay.
It's just a common sense question. There's a lot I want to say, but I'm just going to ask you this. So you really want to trust a guy who injected himself with the H drug for 14 years, and he's going to tell us what's healthy? Just a question. Thank you.
I mean, just a question for you. Did you have confidence in the health minister who was a transgender female?
Here we go.
Okay. Yep. We're not going down that road. We're not going down that road.
Who was obesely overweight?
We are not going down that
going down
road.
the
Absolutely not. So
There's
again,
where people are overweight, and it's not because So, but thanks for your transphobia. That was awesome. But I know you don't want to be
the H word, but you can't say the O word. That's so silly.
But here's the deal. I'm a mother. I don't know if you've had children, but my children, the vaccine schedule you're talking about is nowhere near 70. And there's reasons for it. My boys are 4 years apart. And so I remember my youngest getting the rotavirus. So by the time and it was a horrible thing. It even caused him to lose. He had such high fevers, he lost enamel on his 6-year molars. And he has crowns today because of it. It was a horrific thing. When we had my second son, they said, hey, we have this new rotavirus vaccine. Do you want to give it to him? I said, absolutely. So that is when ADHD talked about that. That is absolutely true. And unless you have parented children and you understand and you talk to doctors, not whacked out, lawyers from a wealthy, Democratic family that understand what this is and actually do scientific journals and stuff, that they will advise you. And yes, there was always concerns with the MMR. Getting that information and understanding what that is what's important. And they'll always support you if you want to slow it down or space it out, which is a choice parents make, and all of that. But it has absolutely been proven these vaccines work and it keeps our kids healthy. There is currently an outbreak of measles in West Texas. There's 100 cases of measles. We haven't seen that for decades. We're seeing it now because of misinformation.
No. Hold on one second. Everybody, listen, seriously. I just wanted this last sentence to be finished, but we gotta get past this because I've already gotten a restriction one time for this conversation. We've already appealed it. We're good. I don't want to keep talking about this topic.
I appreciate it. The reason I clicked in to come in is because you were talking about DEI. I do DEI workshops, so if y'all need me for any of that.
And now 231 is gone. That's awesome. Why 231? Why did you leave? Oh gosh, 231, you get the floor. Listen, I had so much. I wanted Sean to speak. I wanted Native to speak. I actually found a couple of different things that I wanted to share. It was, whatever. All right, guys, if you are interested in joining the panel, if you are a Trump supporter and you want to actually join the panel, join the conversation, please, or not a Trump supporter, I'm sorry. If you're someone that feels optimistic about the way that the actual country is moving, then you are more than welcome to go ahead and request up. And you know what? If it might be a little bit scary up on the panel, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and swap out just a few of the friendlies. ADHD.
It's my bedtime.
Okay, perfect. Thank you, Brett.
Yep.
All right, I appreciate you. Yeah. And ADHD, I'm gonna drop you down as well. Thank you so much for coming up. I appreciate you. Sean, how are you?
Hey, I wanted to talk about DEI, but we're so far away.
No, I wanted us to come back around, but everybody wanted to talk about vaccines and crazy brain RFK. But yeah, let's talk about it because again, the background says DEI hires are taking over, right? And I would love to dig into this as far as the DEI cabinet that Donald Trump is actually instituting, but also I would like to actually talk about what real DEI is supposed to be versus what people think that it is, and then we can go from there. So guys, there are a couple of spots open on the panel. If you are someone that is optimistic about the way that the country is heading, and you want to actually have an opportunity to speak, your voice will be heard. Please request up. I'm gonna leave these spots open. If you are if you are someone that is not excited about this Trump administration, just hold off for requesting up right now. We have enough friendlies on the panel. We only want to make space for anyone who does not agree or who thinks that the country is going in the right direction and they're excited about it. We don't want to overload the panel. For everybody else that just got here, because it looks like we just got some new people in, guys, keep tapping the screen, share the live, get the likes up to 150,000 likes, get the shares up to 200 shares. And if you want to actually join the conversation and you have a different opinion, please go ahead and request up and we will give you the floor. Only request up if you are someone who is optimistic and excited about the way that the country is heading. And just an FYI, if you are not in that boat, I'm sorry, I'm gonna drop you back down for now. So let's check with the people that we have. Is it Mabel? Maybe? Okay, I'm gonna assume that was a mistake. Elizabeth, are you excited about the way that the country is currently heading?
I wouldn't say 100% excited, but definitely more than 70%.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. I think this person is still spinning, so let's do that. Again, guys, only request up if you are someone that's excited about the direction that the country is heading. That means that you are happy and excited about what is happening under this Trump administration. Karen, are you happy and excited about the way that the country's moving under this Trump administration? Karen? Okay, gonna drop you down. Welcome in, Harry and Parker Raid. Sean, the floor is yours.
Sorry, the mute button isn't showing up at the bottom of my screen. Yeah, so like the DEI, I do want to say that like the thought process behind DEI and everything that people are saying about DEI is exactly why we need DEI. It's like, it's super ironic because the reason as to why people are against DEI is because they're racist. And you can tell this because when someone says, oh, well, I just think that DEI should go based upon merit, they're automatically suggesting that people of color and marginalized people are not qualified for jobs. If that's all that's saying. If you say that we should hire people based on merit, we should hire the best person, and white people are the people who are hired the most, you're saying that we should not hire black people, we should not hire women, we should not hire anyone who's disabled, even though they're qualified for the job, because you personally don't believe that they're qualified for the job. And when people think DEI, they think black hirees. Like, that's just what they think. And it's unironically the reason as to why DEI is needed, because of that bias.
Yeah. Also, you know what? I wanted to be able to share this, so I'm going to go ahead and share it now, right? This is an article specifically from Forbes, right? And Forbes actually ran information talking about how not only is DEI advancing merit-based hiring, but it makes companies more profitable and competitive. And it actually talks to a lot of the misconceptions as far as what DEI is and how people break it down. And it just actually talks about how, of course, having these type of hires is overall more so beneficial for different companies. So this is a great article if anyone wants to get any more information on that. Also, there's a great breakdown. Sorry, I was going down a rabbit hole with this, but from the Pew Research Center, about diversity, equity, and inclusion within the workplace, and it actually breaks down that a majority of people in America, 56% of people, believe that this is a good thing. I don't know what that was. That this is a good thing, and it says that 28% believe that it's neither good nor bad, and also 16% says that it's a bad thing. But it also gives breakdowns as far as statistics, who believes what and how it benefits people. So there's multiple actual fact-finding sources that speak to the benefits and overall positive push forward for DEI and what that actually means. With that being said, Native, I wanted to give you the floor as well. I know you had something to add to that, and then we want to give the opportunity for Elizabeth to speak.
Yes, I just wanted to. So I think a lot of people, when they talk about DEI, I don't think they really understand how it functions within a company. And so DEI can be executed differently at every company, but the principles around the principles are all pretty much the same. So DEI is largely a strategy that the company initiates. It's more about what is the in-house culture. So for instance, I work in campus recruitment. I work in a consulting firm. So part of our diversity strategy is to go out to different colleges like HBCUs. We partner with veteran groups, and we also go out to different conventions like Women in STEM or Black Professional or National Black Professionals, or different organization that highlights marginalized groups. So when we talk about equity, so it's about when they're actually within this company, how are they given the resources to execute their job properly? So really I like to talk about neurodiversity. So we have a specific department where we have high functioning autistic people. So they're good at their job, they're able to do their job efficiently, but they do have some certain environmental things that they need accommodated. So large sounds and noises can be distracting. So we have a space for them to work in a quiet atmosphere so they can continue to do their jobs. That's part of the equity portion. So they're able to still execute their job with all the right accommodations. And then the inclusion part, that's really when we come into our affinity groups. Like when you're actually with the company, what is the culture of the company? Do you actually feel included? Do you have the resources? So that's where we have our LGBT groups, our agent-specific groups, or our national Black groups. So it's more so about the culture as well. So DEI, it not only helps based off of race, it also helps off of gender, but it also helps white people as well. Because I don't think people realize that the strategy to broaden our recruitment practices to include more people, that also includes different companies so for instance, if you work at a consulting firm or law firm, usually the kind of colleges that they recruit from are highly prestigious colleges, high-ranking colleges. Part of DEI is opening the college pool. So we would go to different places that were not so high-ranking in their college rank, but they were still able to come in for an interview, and they might be given a case study, and if they can pass that case study, then they would be offered a job. So if we didn't have a strategy to do any outreach, then they wouldn't even know that they would have had the opportunity. So it does help Caucasian people as well. So that's where we come up with class. So class can also be lumped into DEI. So the idea that, so it's kind of cutting your nose to spite your face, because this is helping white people, gay people, Black people. It's just helping everyone. It's broadening the door so everybody can get a chance to come in. And I did want to talk to 231 because he said, well, why do we need it? So the company I specifically worked for in the past, they were actually sued because the Black professionals that they were hiring, while they did actually hire them, they were not sending them out on client sites. So the Black professionals that they had, they were mainly in-house doing book work. And the reason why that's important, because when you are, say, an accountant, you typically stay 2 to 3 years at a Big Four, and then you go off and get your CPA, and you might open your own practice or just makes you more marketable. One thing you need to have on your resume is actually going out to these client sites, and these people weren't given the opportunity. So companies were being sued because even though they were hiring different people, like Black people, Latino people, they still weren't given the opportunity to go out on client sites, or if you're going to talk about like, or they just weren't given the right opportunity. So I just wish people would more so read into DEI, how it's executed, and how it really helps everyone. And the reason why, much to what Sean was saying, that it's saying you're racist without saying you're racist, because what I hear when people automatically assume that someone got the job because they're black, or they're seeing all these black people who are in these high positions, for me it's saying that there's no way that these many people of color, LGBT people, can have gotten these positions over white people. It's just not possible, and that's what I'm hearing when they say this.
Yeah, that's a great point. Great point. Thank you for bringing that levity. And it's super interesting. And again, I think that we've learned, right? I mean, DEI is code. It's code. It's just like BLM was code. It's just like CRT is code. I mean, it's like we know what they're doing. We know what they're saying. Anyway, guys, keep tapping the screen. Let's go ahead and get the likes up to 150,000 likes. If you are someone that is excited about the direction that the country is heading in under this new Trump administration, please request up. We have 2 boxes left, and I only want to leave those boxes open for someone who is excited about the direction that the country is heading under this new Trump administration. If you are a quote-unquote friendly, please do not request up for right now. We have enough on this panel. We want to make sure that we give other people an opportunity to speak as well, so we do want to hear the other side of the conversation. So if you are someone that is excited about the direction that the country is heading, and you want to actually be able to share your voice like Angus who's in the chat, Angus, the floor will be yours. You don't have to hide in the chat. You can definitely request up and we will give you the floor. So there's that, guys. Also, there's $169 left in the nightly donation goal. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all of my pay links are in the link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks 24. Santana Speaks 24 is the best way to support the live. So if you enjoy the information, education, entertainment, please consider donating. Everything is accepted. Anything is appreciated. And just one more time, and I'll talk about this a couple more times, guys. Last week for Mutual Aid Week, we were able to raise $3,000 for a community member, a trans community member that was trying to escape a horrible situation in Florida. We were able to actually do that as a community. I am so proud of you. I am so proud of us. I am so proud of what we did. Thank you to each and every person that was able to actually donate, and for us to do this as a community. Guys, every 3rd week of the month, we will be doing Mutual Aid Week, where we pick someone either in or outside of our community to help with the mutual aid needs. So with that being said, if you're a subscriber and you're not in the Discord, get in the Discord. The actual access to the Discord is in your benefits link as a subscriber. If you're not a subscriber, please consider subscribing. You get a fast pass to join this panel with Late Nights with Santana. You get access to a bunch of really cool emotes, but you also get access to our amazing Discord that has a bunch of resources, a bunch of community. It's a great place, but also we have a mutual aid channel where if you actually need mutual aid and you need some type of assistance, we do what we can to help you. But every 3rd week of the month, we're going to be picking someone from that mutual aid channel to actually help with Mutual Aid Week. And if you're someone that's a part of our community but you cannot afford a subscription, and then please take a look. There's a link in the link tree in my bio for the mutual aid email, where you can actually send your mutual aid information over. It will be vetted. W's in the chat for Sean for resubscribing, but it will be vetted, and then you will be considered to join for Mutual Aid Week. So if you can't subscribe but you still need that help, check the link in the link tree in my bio and send the email. Please don't DM me. Please don't send it to me in DM. Please send it through the mutual aid email if you are not in the Discord. With that being said, Elizabeth, I want to give you the floor. Elizabeth, can you tell me what has you so excited about this Trump administration and the way that our country is heading?
I think I actually didn't vote this time around because I just couldn't trust either party. But now that Trump is in, and I'm seeing, I would say leaning towards Trump just because of the people that he was hiring in his cabinet or looking at putting in place. in his cabinet, particularly Elon Musk. I know a lot of people hate him right now, but he does have a track record for improving upon like his companies. I guess the most recent one would be Twitter, but of course, he has Neuralink, SpaceX, Starlink. I don't know, like some other ones, Tesla, of course, and he's made all of them successful. So whenever you look at something like the government, which we clearly know it's not at its best, meaning our budget is ridiculous, especially when we're starting to pay a substantial amount of interest on debt that makes absolutely no sense. And you have somebody that is coming in and is saying like, hey, and actually understands that and speaks to the public about it in a more like common sense way, then you kind of like start to, I mean, it's obviously you are still a little bit wary because he is the richest person. At the same time, there's not really something that you can find about him where he's substantially like screwed over. Like there's nothing like he's like a child sex offender.
Oh,
or
schmex offender. Yeah. Okay.
Like no, there's no huge drama
I
around
get where you're
him.
going. I get where you're going. So there,
And that by this point, people should have already brought up, major things about him.
Okay.
And
Okay,
really
so let's slow down there for a second, because I want to make sure that we are able to actually have this overall conversation and flush out a couple of different things that were said. I think it's really, really important that we actually get to all of what you said. And guys, just a reminder for anyone that's in the box, please, only request up if you are someone that is happy about the direction that the country is heading. Only request up if you are someone that is happy and excited about the direction that the direction that the country is heading. We have enough quote unquote friendlies on the panel at the moment. We will be swapping out some people here shortly. So only request up if you are excited about the direction that the country is heading in now. Also, guys, W's in the chat for Priscilla. Priscilla sent a $41 donation saying, it's Ty. Ty, thank you so much, Ty. I'm sorry. W's in the chat for Ty. Ty sent a $41 donation saying for speaking out and all that you do. XO, Ty, I love you so much. Thank you so much for that donation, Ty. You are absolutely too kind. Guys, that means now that we are only $128 away from closing out our nightly donation goal. So Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all of my pay links are in the link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks 24. Santana Speaks 24 is the best way to support the live. If you enjoy the information, please consider donating. Everything is accepted. Anything is appreciated. Is it Fiery Biscuits? Fiery Biscuits?
Yeah, hello.
Fiery Biscuits, are you someone that's excited about the direction that the country is heading under this new Trump administration?
No, I'm a fraud. I'm British.
Oh, okay, I'm gonna drop you down.
No.
Yes. Oh, Priscilla, okay, so it was you. Oh, it said Ty. Oh, you must have meant thank you. Okay, that was me. I'm sorry, Priscilla. That W's in the chat for Priscilla. It was Priscilla, not Ty. It was Priscilla, not Ty. I'm so sorry, Priscilla. I read Priscilla, but then it said T-Y, and that was short for thank you, not Ty. W's in the chat for Priscilla. I'm sorry, Priscilla. Again, guys, only request up if you are excited about the direction that the country is heading in and you live in this country. That's a requirement as well. Jacob, are you excited about the direction that this country is heading under this new Trump administration?
Wait, sorry, 1 second. Yeah. No, I'm not, but I did vote for him.
Okay, so you voted for Trump.
Yes, I did, but I regret it.
Okay. Well, hold tight. We might still need to get your perspective, but let's hold tight. Shay, Otto, one of you two, would either one of you like to actually speak to the things that Elizabeth says, specifically, I guess the thoughts around Elon Musk and him being such a great guy that's doing such great things, such a great guy that's doing such great things for our
I never
country.
said a great guy.
Well, I'm sorry. Not
I'm
you.
neutral.
You're right. You're right.
I'm
You're right. I
neutral.
apologize.
Yeah.
Someone that doesn't have any quote unquote major scandals that's doing great stuff for our country. Shay, Otto, one of you.
I mean, I'll start a little bit, I guess, or Otto, if you want to go first, I'm totally fine with that, my friend. You haven't spoken at all, so do you want to address
I
it?
would love to speak to it after you. I mean,
No, go ahead, Otto. You know what? I said something, so you haven't said anything. Go
Both
ahead.
of you are being so polite. Just somebody go.
Go, Otto. Go, Otto.
All right. Well, the first thing that I would like to say about Elon, to get the technicalities out of the way, would be one, he's not even vetted to do what they're having him do in the DOJ. I mean, for somebody to have a top secret clearance for contracting is way different than what he's able to gain access to when you're talking about Treasury, IRS, and everybody's personal information. So just because you have a top secret clearance on one aspect doesn't give you the need to know in different aspects of the government. And from what I already see what he's doing now, he doesn't have the need to know to do all of that or have the access. Whether we want to say he's appointed or not, there are steps that you have to go through for you to be able to see that information anyway. The other part about him being successful, well, hold on, let me go one step back. There's a conflict of interest also by him gaining access to those systems and being a government contractor for us at the same time. We don't do this. The other thing is, I do work for the federal government dealing with contracts, and I used to be in the military. I had a top secret clearance myself, and I didn't have access to go look at any of your information in Social Security. So these are just things that we're throwing to the wayside, allowing him to compromise our information and to use it for his advantage later on, him and Trump. I think this also gives him that strategic advantage over the competition, even in the future, after these two are gone out of our government, to where they'll be rich beyond belief. I mean, this is his purpose. I believe everything right now about Elon is only about Elon now and in the future, not for the United States.
Okay. All right. Shay?
Yeah, I couldn't agree more with Otto. Well said, my friend. Yeah, it's so sad to me that people wrap their identity, and they did the same thing with Trump, and they kept saying, well, he's successful, right? So he's good at what he does without looking at all the actuality of how he made his money and how many bankruptcies and how much he lost. It's like, you guys really haven't done your study on Elon Musk. He never created any of this. He never created Tesla. He didn't create PayPal. He didn't create, Starlink. He's good at buying companies and X and things like that. But outside that, he's not like this brainiac person that people think he is. Number two, he's also not a CPA. He's not an auditor. He's never audited anything in his life. He doesn't belong. He's not even sworn in. He's not even holding an official title. So first he's running Doge with Vivek, then he's not, and Vivek's out. And now, because of all the shenanigans around Doge, like all the misinformation about the fraud and the constant lies that are being exposed, now the White House says, well, no, he's not running Doge. He's just an advisor to President Trump. So what is he doing? What role is he playing? And it is absolutely absurd. And what Otto said was right. He has $400 million in government subsidies and contracts that he has for Starlink. And so he has a vested interest in getting rid of the IGs that were actually investigating him. So it's absolutely nefarious what's going on here, and it's clear to see. So no, I hate to tell you, honey, Elon Musk is not the answer to our problems, and he does not belong where he is. So yeah, I'll end with that, my friend. Thank you.
Okay. Hey, just a reminder, if you are a quote-unquote friendly, please do not request up for now. Please do not request up for now if you are a quote-unquote friendly. We are looking for other people to join the panel that is excited and happy about the direction that the country is heading under the Trump administration. We are only talking to people that are, I'm sorry, not only, but we have enough people on the panel that have a different opinion, and we want to make sure that we have an opportunity to allow other people to speak. If you are not someone that is excited about where the country is heading, I'm sorry, I'm going to have to drop you back down for now. Dan, are you someone that's excited about where the country is heading under this Trump administration?
Sure am.
Awesome. Thank you. Give me 1 second. Lisa, are you someone that's excited about where the country is heading under this Trump administration? Lisa, are you there? Okay, I'm going to drop you down, Lisa. All right, so Elizabeth, I want to give you the floor to actually be able to respond to what both Otto and Shay said, and then I want to pass it around the panel a little bit. I also have one other thing that I would like to share on this topic, but Elizabeth, the floor is yours, my friend.
Yeah, so I guess one of the big things that people always say, and I do understand, Elon Musk didn't necessarily create each one of these companies. Obviously, there's people that come. I think Tesla he bought from somebody else or stole the idea. I don't remember exactly.
I think it was bought the idea. Chris, didn't he bought the idea, right?
Oh, sorry, I was unmuted.
You're
Which
good.
company?
Tesla.
Yeah, he bought the intellectual property for it.
Yeah,
but if
that's
we're
what I
talking
thought.
about like the
But
groundwork.
Yeah,
yeah.
okay.
It wouldn't have worked without his effort. I mean, he was about to go bankrupt multiple times and continue to invest in it and get investors, and it ultimately wouldn't have worked if it wouldn't have been for him and obviously the people that he motivated to make it happen. Same thing with SpaceX. Same thing with Neuralink. Same thing with Starlink. Same thing with, I mean, pretty much any company that he's worked. I mean, even Twitter, right? Like everybody thought he paid too much, and now
He did.
more profitable than
It's not.
prior Twitter.
It's not. I'm sorry, I just had to call that out. As someone that still uses the old Bird app, Twitter has never been profitable. It still is not profitable, even under Elon Musk. But I'm sorry, go ahead.
I mean, you can look it up.
Oh no, you can. I've looked it up.
Got it pulled up.
I've looked it up. I've
So
looked it up. Twitter's never been profitable.
So the valuation of X, right before Musk bought it, right, was actually right over $6 billion, and within about a year to year and a half, it got reduced. The valuation $537 million.
Yeah. So before he bought it, Twitter, from what I understand, the sales were higher, but now that he's not under X, the sales are lower, but he's more profitable.
That's false. According to what are you saying? Because automatically, if you tank the valuation that low, right, revenue is one of the key performance indicators that goes into a proper business evaluation. Right, so if it was above $6 billion before Elon Musk came in, right, if you're using any valuation technique, right, EBITDA, any of that, and it was only operating at $573 million, it's making way less revenue, and the margins are going to be substantially lower. So to be quite honest with you, that doesn't make sense at all, actually.
Okay. Well, I mean, you can look it up. Maybe what's come out recently it's false. I don't know.
Yeah. So where are you looking? Before I show you where I'm looking, because I would love to know where you said we can look it up and we can see that it's profitable. Because everything that I've been, well, no, there have been points that it's quote unquote turned some profit, but overall it's never really been profitable. And it's based off of a couple of different metrics, including the actual amount of users that are on.
DAU.
Yeah. As far as the amount of users that are on Twitter, and then also what it actually has the availability to do It's been on Twitter. It's been on a decline. Apparently, it's been declining at about a 22% decline year over year.
That makes sense. Also, if we're just going to do the formula for, EBITDA, like I'm actually not going to be getting it. Let's just use the basic formula because we have a lot of people watching that maybe don't get too far in the deeds. But the reason why that the net revenue's in the negative because it still carries a substantial amount of debt on the balance sheet, right? That's about 2.6 million versus the 1.2 billion in profit that it's actually bringing in. So if we use the R minus C equals P, right? And I didn't put in any of these other things like EBITDA because I don't want to bore you guys. They are negative on that. So, and yeah, so that's of 2024, right? So we used the whole year about when he took it over. I mean, after he took it over, but they were in a substantially better position, but before he came through from the valuation side and from the total net revenue side and profit.
Yeah, and even if you want to keep it super simple, right? I mean, I'll keep it super simple, and I know there's more that goes into it beyond revenue, right? I mean, this is the total revenue quarter over quarter from 2012 to 2024, but even more so, just looking at the trends, it capped out at about $5 billion in revenue in 2021, and then in 2022 it dropped down to 2.4 billion in revenue, and then 2023 it dropped down to 3.4 billion in revenue. So yeah, no, I mean the reason why people the reason why people kind of tried to discourage Elon Musk away from buying Twitter is because, again, it's never been overall profitable. It's always been an overall situation. Again, I'm not taking away from Elon Musk as far as his business accliments at all, right? I've said this many times. I don't think he's a genius, but I do think he's a hell of a businessman. But Twitter was it was a bad buy. It was an ego buy. So
why did he buy Twitter?
For his ego.
No, he bought it so to stop suppressing shit on it.
That's not true. He tried to back out of the actual bid because he made the bid.
He realized he wasn't gonna make any money off it, and then like, no,
right. He wanted to. He put the actual bid in, and then he realized that they took the bid serious, and then he tried to pull out of the bid, and the court said no, you have to actually continue.
And they said, oh well.
And then so once he bought it, he actually turned it into a right-wing propaganda platform. But anyway, let's take a whole.
What was it before?
So
a left-wing propaganda?
You can say so. I mean, it was close to the left wing. Exactly. I mean, I will give it to him. Yeah, no. I mean, yeah. I mean, it was definitely a lot more. It was. I would say it was left-leaning.
Not at all. If you believe that, Chris, please.
Dan, hold on. Oh, guys.
Right.
One at a time. Please and thank you. So yeah. Anyway, I know we were talking about Elon Musk and where we're going. One thing that I want to share, and then again, I want to make sure that I pass it around to the rest of the panel and other people get to speak. Something that I want to call out, right? Because Elizabeth was more so saying how she thinks that Elon Musk is going to be beneficial, and he's had a track record of actually fostering basically successful companies, and having someone like that come in and do something for the federal government is a good thing. This is the one thing that I want to call out, and then I'll let the panel actually take this in, digest this, and speak to it. But this is a great article that Reuters spoke to specifically about how layoffs are occurring throughout the U.S. agencies, and they are currently on track they're trying to lay off 2.3 billion federal workers. 2.3 billion federal workers, and so they've actually done this in multiple ways, whether it's the 20,000 firing, whether it's the 75K as far as employees that have accepted buyouts. But it's some interesting places that actually are the interesting places within the government that are being targeted. The Defense Department, there's about they are cutting 5,400 jobs next week. You have the IRS, who's cutting 6,700 jobs. You have the Department of Interior, who's laid off 2,300 workers. You have the Department of Agriculture, who's laying off 3,400. You also have the U.S. Department, or I'm sorry, you also have the Department of Human and Health Services, who laid off about 45% of their recently hired staff from the CDC. You have 1,000 workers from Veteran Affairs. You have 700 workers from the Energy Department, which, fun fact, that affected the people that were protecting our nuclear secrets. They accidentally fired people that had access to our nuclear weapons and were doing all of those. And then environment, 308 probationary employees from the Environmental Protection Agency. 300 employees already fired from Federal Aviation. 160 Department of Education. This one is the one that I found the most interesting. And that's why I kept going until I got to it. The actual controller of the of currency. Basically, this talks about the actual department that deals with regulating charges within monitoring large national banks. I think that's interesting that they're targeting people there. And I see in the chat someone said that they think that I misquoted the number. I'm sorry, guys. I was reading around. You think that I misquoted the number? No. Here, it says here at the very top that they are looking to campaign to slash the size. They've mounted a sweeping campaign to slash the size of the 2.3. Oh, I did read it wrong. I'm sorry. You're right. Slash the size of the 2.3 million strong federal workforce. Okay, I did read it wrong. You're right. I'm sorry, Coop. W's in the chat for Coop. You got it. I read it wrong. I'm sorry. W's in the chat for Coop. But yes, anywho, I guess the point being, Elizabeth, they are looking to actually cut a lot of federal workers. And so that's a lot of people flooding back into the job market. And even more than that, it's a lot of people that had job security before but no longer have job security now. So with that being said, I mean, do you still have the same stance, or what are your thoughts?
Yeah, because if you look at our federal budget, it's not sustainable. If you just think about it from just any company's budget, any company had that type of budget, it's not sustainable long term. So there has to be a lot of I mean, if you go into any government, really, if you go into any company, there's waste. Imagine going into such a big bureaucracy. You really think there's not going to be any waste? And we do need somebody at some point to come in and start, getting rid of stuff that ultimately we are paying for. We're paying for it in the form of taxes, So I don't want my tax dollars to go to waste and crap that I will never pay for, if I was the one actually handing the money over. Okay. So somebody actually does need to come in and start doing this. Of course, there's gonna be people let go that, okay, maybe that person shouldn't have gotten laid off, but it happens in corporations all the time.
Wait, but so I guess the point, and I'm sorry guys, I'm going to come back around to the panel and let you guys speak as well, but I guess the point that I want to get across as well, though, is are you good with because one thing that this article points out as well is this isn't an actual quote unquote issue in the sense of, well, it is an issue, but this isn't something that is not something that's never happened before, but the reckless speed at which is happening is the thing that has a lot of people concerned, because they're doing things like, again, firing people who have direct access to supporting our nuclear arsenal, firing people who are directly responsible and working on handling the bird flu epidemic, firing multiple people, or firing people that are really important to the actual survival of everyday Americans, and then realizing that they moved too fast and they cut the wrong people, and they're trying to actually get these people back after firing them.
I think my assumption, the reason why they would do that is because if you do it at a slower pace, then you're gonna get more pushback early on. If you do it at a rapid pace, by the time they're done, it's done, and you can start rebuilding from there, what's actually essential. And if you kind of go back and see how, Elon Musk did that with his other companies. That's really exactly the same. I guess the way that he does it with his companies. And so you would assume that he would kind of take a similar approach to the government,
Right.
especially when
Well,
there's so much bureaucracy
yeah,
that
but hold
you
on,
can't.
Elizabeth. Like, but
And people have tried this
Elizabeth,
in the
but hold on
past,
one
right?
second, Elizabeth. But I hear you. I hear you.
What's up,
But
guys?
the difference between what Elon Musk is doing with the like just any old company versus the federal government, and you talk about, firing people a part of the FAA. Like people are literally
The
losing
glitch.
their lives, right? They're falling out of. There's planes falling out of the sky with this type of situation, and so I think it's really reckless. But listen, hold on, let's pass it around the panel because we have more people here, and I don't want us to get stuck in this. Let me just say this, guys. W's in the chat for Justin. Justin sent a $5 donation saying, after all these layoffs, people still won't admit that he's responsible for the new unemployment rate being up. Listen, Justin, that unemployment rate is gonna shoot sky high. Sky high. That unemployment rate is definitely going up. W's in the chat for Justin. Guys, we still have $123 left in our nightly donation goal. There's 620 of us hanging out here, so if 123 people send $1, we can clear out our nightly donation goal. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all of my pay links are in the link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks 24. Santana Speaks 24 is the best way to support the live. If you enjoy the information, education, entertainment, please consider donating. Everything is accepted. Anything is appreciated. Ace, are you someone that's excited about the direction that this country is currently heading under this new Trump administration?
100% not. No.
I can barely hear you, my friend.
Hold on.
Okay,
Can you
now
hear me now?
you sound way better now.
All right, sorry about that. I didn't really have the mic to my mouth. No, not at all.
Okay. All right. I will keep you up here. We are definitely looking for someone else who is excited about the way our country is heading. Is it Z? How do I say your name? Licks 34 or whatever. ZZ.
Do I have a green card at the moment?
Zoe, you gotta.
Yeah, you could just call me ZZ.
Okay, perfect. ZZ, are you excited about the direction that the country is currently heading under this Trump administration?
No, I'm not.
Okay. So that's two people that aren't. Jordan, are you currently excited about the direction that the country is heading under this new Trump administration?
Absolutely.
Okay, perfect. All right, so let's pass it around the panel. Just, I'm sorry, who's speaking? Was that Native?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I can wait till you're done.
Okay, yeah, go right ahead, Native.
I just have a question for Elizabeth. So there's a bunch of like worldwide like finance firms and things like that who have different like government sectors specifically that will do smaller audits on the government, smaller departments. So if smaller departments of the government use actual like accountants and auditors, don't you think an audit of the country or like the treasury, audit of the country will require like forensic accountants and people who actually have a degree and knowledge in this field, not just a bunch of young coders?
Yeah, I agree to some degree because the government is already audited, right? And they have already failed. They failed the audits, but nothing's ever done. Right? That's
So
the
like,
issue.
what audits are you saying that they failed?
They fail the audits and nothing is ever done. So typically, whenever you fail an audit, right? Let's say, I guess the big one is the Department of Defense. If I remember correctly, they
the
fail
DoD.
every year. And like nothing's ever done. So isn't there like a point where people should start questioning that? Because a lot of our money goes there, and if they fail every year, would you not wonder, like, okay, is somebody like getting money on the back end? Like, what's going on?
Well, I
And
mean, to my knowledge, only the Pentagon audit failed, and I mean, I'm not saying that's a good thing, but I mean, I think that's the only one to my knowledge that actually didn't go through. But every other Department of the Government has been going through an audit since I believe 97 or 87, I think. If someone else knows.
I'm looking it up right now. Let's see. It looks like yeah, no, it looks like it's just the Pentagon actually. It's the Pentagon, and they've failed 7 in a row. The Pentagon has failed 7 in a row. 9 of the 28 departments of defense sub audits passed, so that increased. So overall, the other departments within the Department of Defense increased, or either stayed the same or increased, while the Pentagon actually failed. And it says that decentralization and size of the Department of Defense with $4 trillion of asset spread across 50 states over 5,000 locations worldwide, blamed for this accounting failure. So it's an accounting failure. So yeah, no, it's only the Pentagon specifically within the Department of Defense, and all of the other sectors within the Department of Defense has passed the audits or even improved.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
All right.
One thing about this analogy about us comparing our government to a corporation or a company.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I think this is a horrible comparison. I mean, the first thing is companies come and go. We're all right. I don't know if anybody remembers Sears, but the world didn't stop when Sears disappeared. Companies come and go. Circuit City. This is common within business. Governments are supposed to be more enduring. You can't take the first 30 days of an administration and make cuts that you don't have any idea what the effects are going to be, or you don't even consult the professionals about that. I would be all right to say, all right, hey, go through your audit system, have a discussion, and determine what should take place. Elon Musk is not that person that should be making that decision. He doesn't know that much about how our government works and the specific work that's taking places in these different organizations that he's supposed to be critiquing. I mean, I just think it doesn't make any sense for somebody like that to be doing this at this rate, when we're going to have to live with the results of it years down the line.
Yeah, no, I completely agree, and I think there's a lot to be said to that. I want to make sure that we get an opportunity to hear from Ace and from ZZ. Both of you guys are teacupping at the moment, so I definitely I would love to hear their opinions about this. Let me just read this off, guys. W's in the chat for Lola. Lola sent a $5 donation saying Elizabeth needs help. W's in the chat for Lola. Thank you so much for that $5 donation, Lola. You are absolutely too kind. Guys, we only have $118 left in the nightly donation goal. There's 722 people hanging out, so I know we can definitely knock this out. There's only $118 left. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. All the pay links are in the link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks 24. Santana Speaks 24 is the best way to support the live. So if you enjoy the information, education, entertainment, please consider donating. Everything is accepted. Anything is appreciated. ZZ, I'm going to come to you. I'm going to give you the floor. What would you like to add to this portion of the conversation?
Can we have Ace go first?
No, I would like for you to go first, please. Okay. Ace, are you there? Ace?
Yeah, I'm there. I have a pretty poor internet connection. I suffered a blackout, so I have pretty bad internet connection.
Okay, I'm sorry to hear that, my friend. Yeah, it kind of keeps going in and out. Ace, what would you like to add to the conversation?
I mean, there's not a lot I'm gonna add right now, but I will show that soon. I'm just figuring something.
Oh, okay. You're breaking up really bad. Breaking up really bad. So Ace, how about this? Because again, your signal's going in and out. I'm gonna drop you, and whenever you get a better signal, you are more than welcome to come back. You are more than welcome to come back, guys. If there is anyone else who would like to come up, especially if you are someone that's excited about the direction that the country is heading in, please go ahead and request up. We will give you an opportunity. The floor will be yours if you are interested in actually joining the conversation and you are someone that is excited about the direction that the country is heading into. Go ahead and request up and we'll give you that opportunity to speak. W's in the chat for Michael. Michael sent a $20 donation to say Elizabeth needs... Stop it, Michael. Michael said Elizabeth needs to hush up. Michael, that is not nice. Guys, W's in the chat for Michael for the $20 donation. Guys, that means that we are only we're only $98 away from closing out our nightly donation goal. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. All the pay links are in the link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks 24. And again, one more time, I just want to say massive, massive shout outs to everyone who was able to donate last week for Mutual Aid Week. We raised $3,000 as a community to help one of our community members, a trans community member, escape from a horrible situation in Florida. I am so proud of you guys. I'm so proud of our community. Thank you for everything that you guys do. So I want to see W's in the chat for you. Thank you for being absolutely amazing. For Mutual Aid Week, we will be doing Mutual Aid Week every third week of the month. Mostly Mature 2.0. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Thank you for having me up.
All right, Mostly. Are you excited about the direction that the country is heading under this Trump administration?
I am not. And I know you want people who are excited, so
no, you're perfectly fine. No,
I'm
you're
gonna
good.
drop so you can have Mostly because she's awesome. Santana, thank you for
thanks,
having
Shay.
me. Good to
Thank
see you,
you,
sweetheart.
Shay.
I hate to
You
drop, but I gotta
too.
get some sleep.
Absolutely.
Love you guys.
Have a good one.
Thank you.
Yeah. Also, Joey Basil 9, I sent you a request. You can get in the box as well. Go ahead and request up. Don't be shy. Mostly the floor is yours.
Thank you. So, you know, if we had gotten people in there that was actually qualified to do audits, to look at each and every agency and department and say, you know what, we've got redundancies here. We can do without these people. But that's not how they did that. They just went in and arbitrarily fired people. And I don't think people really understand the ramifications of doing that. And I just want to give you a couple of very quick examples. I live in Washington State, and our biggest industry besides the tech industry is agriculture. The Trump administration fired multiple USDA researchers who were working with farmers on issues involving disease and irrigation for hop farmers and tree farmers. We provide 70% of the country's hops. We provide 65% of the country's apples. Those scientists who were working on projects, they're gone. I have a friend who's been a physician with Indian Health Services in New Mexico for 10 years. 2 months ago, she was doing so good and was so brilliant that she interviewed for and she was given a director position. Well, because she was still, you know, that starts your probation over again, she was let go. So now there is a marginalized group of people, and I don't know if anybody is familiar with a lot of the Indian health clinics around the country, but they are always short on doctors because it does not pay well. When you work for Indian Health Services, you are doing it because you love people and you want to care for a group of people who in the past have not been cared for as they should have been. The third example I just want to give really quickly, when the USAID was eliminated, billions of dollars every year went to farmers in our country, farmers who grew wheat, who grow lentils, a variety of other crops. And now that money is gone. So now these farmers, what are they supposed to do? And Elizabeth, I want to direct this question to you. Everybody keeps cheering that, oh, we're getting rid of all this waste. Do you think that having farmers go out of business, do you think that's giving them money? Do you think that's a waste? Do you think that was a good decision?
Well, I would have to see the specific examples, and
the example is
there's two ways to look at it, right? So you are getting rid of waste, and at the same time, if you look at it from a bigger picture, right, we have like this humongous budget and we're not able to afford it. It's similar to as if you're running.
Well, how do you think that keeping farmers afloat, that we are paying them to grow crops, do you think that is wasteful? How do you think that keeping Americans employed and farmers going, how is that wasteful exactly?
Right, so you're going to like a very specific example. You're not looking at it from a larger perspective.
Oh, I've looked at it from
right.
a larger perspective.
If you look at it from a larger perspective,
and if we really wanted to eliminate.
Right, so if you look at it from a larger perspective, at some point, if we continue with this large budget, we're barely able to afford the payments on the interest of the debt that
I
we
get
owe.
it. I get it. You keep repeating that.
And at some point,
Hold on 1 second. We can't, no talking over each other. I'm sorry, go ahead.
And if the government keeps printing money, right, because essentially in order to afford the interest payments, they have to print money. And the more money that they print, the poorer you and I become.
So if we're gonna talk about waste, you didn't really answer my question, but I didn't expect that anyway. So thank you.
Your question. It affects us all, not just the farmers.
What do you think about all the crisis line workers for the VA that they fired? Is that a good way to manage waste? Do you think?
Do you think that they also got rid of people that are inefficient and are not doing anything?
Do you think that the crisis line workers for the VA are inefficient and not doing anything?
No,
I
asked another question. I said, do you think that they also got rid of people that are inefficient and not doing anything? Or do you think that it was only important people?
By what metric did they measure that?
I actually don't know.
Yeah, so I think to kind of level set, because I believe where Elizabeth is, and listen, mostly I know where you're going. I just want to make sure you don't keep running your head against the wall. It seems like Elizabeth it seems like Elizabeth is okay with. She's okay with the collateral to get the end result because she feels like the end result is necessary. Is that accurate, Elizabeth?
Correct. Yeah, I think that the overall, I guess, overall the effect, and again, it's not like if I don't care for these people, obviously everybody does, but as a society overall, as a country overall, we will do better if we figure out how to minimize the money that we're spending, because the more money that the government prints to be able to afford payments on debt, is the poorer we become as a whole society. Like
Could I say something real quick?
Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Everybody, hold tight 1 second. Everybody, on mute. If I'll come around, we're gonna pass it around the panel. I promise you, I'm gonna give everybody an opportunity to speak. But please stay on mute until it's your turn to speak. Elizabeth, thank you. Hold tight 1 second. Let me read this off, guys. W's in the chat for. I know I'm about to mess up your name. Oya, OYA, who sent a $10 donation and said, R.I.P. Elisa Ray Shupi, a combat veteran who served this country for 18 years and was the first American to get a non-binary gender marker recognized federally on their documentation F you, F you Trump sexuals. That's my word. I made that one up. Trump sexuals who voted against a combat vet who served honorably. W's in the chat for Oya. Thank you so much for that $10 donation. You are absolutely, absolutely far too kind. Guys, that means we are now only $88 away from closing out our nightly donation goal. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all of my pay links are in the link tree in the bio. Santana Speaks 24. Santana Speaks 24 is the best way to support the live. If you enjoy the information, education, entertainment, please, please, please consider donating. Everything is accepted. Anything's appreciated. Real quick, I want to let me introduce the new people on the panel, and then we can start the conversation. So, Shells, coming to you first, real quick. Are you excited about the direction that the country is heading under this Trump administration?
Well, I used to be excited about it because I thought that the Trump supporters would finally fuck around and find out. But it seems that no matter how much they literally are getting screwed up the butt by what Trump's doing, they still find an excuse for him. So I'm not excited anymore because now I have to F around and find out with them whenever I didn't vote for him.
Yeah, we are.
What sucks about it is, and this is my personal opinion, I really truly believe that Trump could go into a MAGA supporter like diet because they're in a cult. But anyways, that he could go into their house, murder their entire family, and they would make it up an excuse for him and still vote for him and still have his back. That's what I believe.
Yeah, I think there's a lot to that, and I will. Yeah, it is. Okay, perfect. Hold tight 1 second. Also,
but I wanted to add one thing.
Wait, no, 1 second, because I want to actually introduce everybody on the panel, and then we actually have the conversation. Maritime. Thank you for the cheers. Maritime, are you excited about the direction that the country is heading under this new Trump administration?
I'm not. I just wanted to come up because I'm a CPA auditor. I've done external, and I hear people use it like it's this magic wand.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to throw in my opinion when the topic of audits come up.
Okay, perfect. Hold tight 1 second. And last but not least, how do I say your name? Username Athrox84. How do I say your name?
Atrox.
Say it again for me.
Atrox.
Yeah. Are you excited about the direction that the country is heading under this new Trump administration?
Absolutely not.
Okay, perfect. Give me 1 second here. This is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna actually, because it's getting close to that time anyway. Otto, Native, thank you both for hanging out with us. I'm gonna drop both of you down for now. But thank you both for coming up and spending some time with us on the panel.
Yep. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Also, guys, W's in the chat for Corey. Corey sent a $3 donation because Corey doesn't like numbers to look the way that they looked in certain ways. So W's in the chat for Corey. Also, guys, W's in the chat for Steven, who sent a $10 donation. Thank you so much, Steven, for the $10 donation, saying blessings for you. What's Elizabeth's career choice? Real quick, Elizabeth, what field do you work in?
I've done many things. And somebody mentioned they're an auditor. I actually did auditing for some time as well. My degree's in accounting.
Okay, all right, perfect.
So that's why I like the whole budget thing. Is makes a lot of sense to me.
Okay, perfect. Mr. Mac, thank you for the money gun. Also, guys, W's in the chat for Gucci. Gucci sent a $5 donation towards the nightly donation goal and said that Elizabeth needs to get off Musk musty eggplant. W's in the chat for Gucci, who sent that $5 donation, guys. That means we're only $70 away from closing out our nightly donation goal. That's 70 people send $1. We can close it out. Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. All the pay links are in the link tree in the bio. Okay, this is what we're going to do because we have Jacob here as well, and Jacob has not had much of an opportunity to speak. So I want to start with Jacob, then I want to come to Shells, and then we're going to just let the conversation actually flow. So Jacob, you are someone that voted for Donald Trump, but now you're feeling a little bit of buyer's remorse. Jacob, I want you to speak to one. What made you excited about what made you excited about voting for Donald Trump? And then two, what was the line of demarcation for you where you're now starting to regret your vote?
Wait, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. What made me buy in, and I know this is not perfect because I should have done more research, but mainly just like, economically, I kind of just bought into all of, like the bullshit about just like
And language,
cheaper
friend.
groceries.
Language.
Oh,
My mom
sorry.
watches this show. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, but just like cheaper gas prices and
Mhm.
all that crap, and just and then I guess more of my parents just make me go more Republican. So
Okay. So what was that line that made you say, all right, that's enough, I can't do this anymore?
I don't know, just all like the recent decisions that he's been making, like firing like the FBI director, like, and putting in someone that's not qualified at all.
Oh, you mean the
And just,
DEI hires?
yeah.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
It's just, and all this other stuff, how he's so worried about transgender sports when we have more important issues that we have to deal with. So, I don't know.
Okay. Fair enough. Perfect. Guys, let me read this off because all of you guys are way too kind. But W's in the chat for Priscilla. Priscilla sent $1 donation saying $1 challenging people to send $1 to close out the goal. That's what Priscilla said. So W's in the chat for Priscilla who sent $1 to challenge people to close out the goal. But before I could even read that message out, Justin, who has been showing out all night, Justin and Jesse, both of them back and forth, they've been super petty and super funny all night. Justin sent a $70 donation and said, thank you for hosting such a great platform while being so kind, informative, and entertaining. Also, I respect you so much for Mutual Aid Week. Keep being amazing. Justin, thank you so much for that donation. Thank you for always being here because Justin, not only do you always use your voice, but you always send in donations to help support the community. So you are absolutely amazing. Thank you for that donation, Justin. And then also OAC just sent another $5 donation saying, so Elizabeth is unemployed. Go get a job.
Definitely, I'm not unemployed. I work for my family. I work for our own business.
She said, got it, you ain't got no job, Tommy. For the black people in the chat, you guys understand that one, but she said, you ain't got no job, Tommy. Anyway, okay. So, let's get it going. Shells, I want to come to you. You heard what Jacob said about his line of demarcation, but you also have heard what Elizabeth has said, and I want to give you the opportunity to speak. Also, guys, just a reminder, this counter that's here, that means this is the t-shirt time counter, right? That keeps us honest. So just an FYI, that's how much time we have left in the evening. I'm sorry, go ahead, Shells.
All right, so Matt, what I was gonna say earlier, because Elizabeth was saying, oh, cutting all these people that are literally necessary that we need, and they're finding people that we need, cutting whatever, quote unquote. There's such an easy solution. Instead of laying off employees and upping our taxes, they could just stop giving Elon Musk $8 million a day. They could start taxing the 1% what they need to be taxed, and that would literally solve our debt within a year. They give Elon Musk $8 million per day. The average person on Social Security gets $65 a day. They want to cut Social Security, Medicaid, and food stamps. The average family on food stamps gets between $200 and $400 a month. But that's what's killing our economy? No.
Unaliving, friend.
I'm sorry, unaliving. What's unaliving our economy is the fact that the 1%ers don't pay taxes, and they get government contracts upwards of $8 million a day, If we stopped that, our problems would be solved in a year. But that's never going to happen, because what I can promise all of you people that vote for Trump, or any politician for that matter, but especially Republicans, none of them truly care about American citizens, not the working class, that much. They want us dumb enough to work. Dumb enough to not question what they're doing, but smart enough to work the machines and keep the country running, and dumb enough not to question or ask why we're getting screwed up the butt so badly. That's what they want.
All right. W's in the chat from Michael. Michael sent a $10 donation saying, "Sweet baby Jesus, send karma to Elizabeth." Michael, stop it. Stop it, Michael. W's in the chat from Michael. Also, guys, Frey, Frey brought my backup onto the account by mistake. So whatever, it's up here. Make sure you follow my backup. It's on the panel. Santana, make sure you're following the backup if you're not following the backup. Maritime, what would you like to add? You heard the actual comments that were said. I will let you you can address Jacob, you can address Elizabeth, or you can finish up.
I just want to ask Elizabeth, how many years did you do auditing for?
I didn't like it. It was really boring. I only did it for like maybe a year. Then I went into working in accounting for industry, major oil and gas company, and I just didn't like accounting. So I went into commercial real estate, and I was there for most of my career, and then I started working for a family business.
So are you, in the year that you were in auditing, are you familiar how audits work?
I have a general understanding, yes.
So do you think Doge, what they're doing, do you consider that auditing?
That's is substantially more political. Like I said, I think that they're taking certain strategies, and they're doing it quicker and faster. Typically with an audit, you give a recommendation or you give a pass-fail type of scenario. But with them, I feel like what they're doing is getting rid of...
It's not just pass-fail, by the way. It's more complicated than that. You make recommendations, you find bad areas that need to get fixed, etc.
Yes.
Doge isn't doing any of that. What they're doing is literally Control F. Let's find these liberal words and then take them out, right? Because a real audit, a real effective one, if they cared about, cutting out inefficiencies, right? It starts with assessing the risk level, right? And then the riskier areas, then you target, whether it's a financial perspective or operational, how are they spending the money, right? What are the controls in place? Are those controls working? And then you test the controls, and then you test, you trace the evidence, you get the documentation for it. One of the reasons why Pentagon audit fails is because when they work on secret projects, you can't get the documentation because there's a certain level of clearance you need, and auditors just don't have access to that. Same thing
right.
with the DoD.
Right, so, I assume that much. But then again, you look at their budget and it's insane when we're in the war.
Okay, but I'm just explaining generally how the audits work and why what Doge is doing is not effective. It is, like you said, it's straight political pandering.
It is.
What they're doing.
It is. You know what's funny though, Maritime, right? Because the reason why I don't even really engage this conversation, because I fancy myself a bit of an auditor as well. I don't know if anybody will get that meme from the Norman Osborn meme. I fancy myself to be a scientist. Anyway, I have done quite a bit of auditing in the past for a Fortune 50 company, and I know for a fact that auditing has nuances. It takes a long time to actually do so, and there's also a criteria set. There's an understanding, there's a comparison as far as what happens, and then also there's a process that's in place to actually correct the issues that are audited, and you have a grace period to correct said issues where they come back and they re-audit again to verify that those things are done. They don't just start firing people.
Yeah.
Like they don't put a sledgehammer to everything. And to Maritime's point, I mean, it's not. It's they're searching for an actual a line in the budget. They're searching for an amount. They are searching for keywords that match with key indicators, and then they're saying this needs to be eliminated. So, like Maritime, we know what the deal is. We know what's happening.
And the other thing also is that like if you find like $100 discrepancy, some people I hear say, "Well, it shouldn't even be $1," but like you're not factoring in the cost that you're paying auditors to find the $100 makes it not even worth it, right? That's where you set the level of tolerance, et cetera, like that. And also, it's not like we can't do this. There's huge firms, right? The big four accounting firms. You have, EY, Deloitte. They could hire them, which is independent, not politically affiliated, to go in and actually do the job. Again, if they cared about actually reducing the cost and not just throwing the system away and putting in loyalists, right? And that's the problem I have with Republicans is that either A, they don't understand it, which I think is probably the majority of them, or B, they understand it and they're just being what's the word? They're just not making faithful arguments and they don't actually even care. So that's the point I wanted to make.
So from an auditing, I guess since you're an auditor, I imagine your major was accounting.
Yes.
Okay, so what is your perspective on the budget, the federal budget?
Also, if anyone cares, which I'm sure no one cares, but my minor for one of my MBA was in accounting, so I was actually going to become a CPA, but I didn't do it. Anyway, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah,
so I'm fact checking this conversation, but go ahead.
And how would you fix it?
Well, here's what I think. Let's start from the beginning. Your concern is spending, right? The devaluation of money because we have to print more, right?
Right, and I wanted to add one more thing. I think was it Chelsea mentioned about taxing the top 1% and that'll fix the problem, which I agree with definitely taxing the wealthiest. I think that the biggest problem with the current situation where Elon Musk is such, super involved into politics is because he got super wealthy, but his problem is that that's like every administration before Trump. Like the fact that just like Obama, Bush, every single president before, right, allowed somebody to become this wealthy is ridiculous.
So your main concern is devaluation of money because we print more out because we're spending too much, right? That's what you said?
Right.
So then how come you're talking about
not only that, just
spending and you're not talking about the tax breaks that drove the deficit even higher?
Yeah.
That would be the target, wouldn't it?
No, it's also the budget itself, right? Like the spending keeps increasing. So if you just keep increasing,
where does most of the budget increase keep? Where do they keep increasing the most amount?
I wouldn't. If I had to guess, it would be the Department of Defense.
And where did Donald Trump say that he wants to increase the budget at?
I don't think I don't know.
Guess again. You were so awesome with your first guess. Try it again.
Yeah, I would assume it's the Department of Defense.
Yeah, so our military budget is absolutely insane, and Donald Trump is specifically saying that he wants to actually increase that. We could talk about the budget, but the simple fact of the matter is, yes, there is a lot of waste in the budget overall, but there's like the cuts that they're making aren't beneficial as far as the actual the overall. They're not cutting real money. It's like, it's so dumb. I'm sorry. It's so dumb because not only are they targeting specific things that wouldn't even be overall beneficial, it's pennies, it's drops in a bucket, but they're also targeting contracts that have obligations, meaning that we have to pay this amount regardless of whether they cut it or not. And then also Doge is lying. They're lying about the money that they're finding. They canceled an $8 million contract and said that they found $8 billion. Hey, Maritime, I don't know if you ever been doing some auditing or whatever, but if you actually lied and said that you found, $8 billion and it was actually $8 million, you think you would still have a job?
No, I'd lose my license.
Yeah.
Yeah, they would take. Absolutely.
Yeah. Anyway, let me read these off real quick. Guy W's in the chat for always. I cannot read what you're saying. You're gonna get me in trouble. You're trying to get me canceled. I am not. I cannot. I'm gonna edit this because you're gonna get me canceled, and I'm not. I am not. W's in the chat for always. Who sent a $5 donation, said unemployed. Elizabeth, pick a struggle. The government doesn't need another audit. We do this every fiscal year in October. I know I'm one who logistically supports troops. I'm the one who gets audited. W's in the chat for always. I can't say all of what you said because you're trying to get me canceled, and I refuse. Also, guys, W's in the chat for Priscilla. Priscilla sent a $1 donation. Said, can she explain her financial dispute with China? We'll get into that. We'll figure that out. Hold on. Okay, so let's pass this around because this conversation kind of gotten bogged down. I do want to hear from I'm just gonna call you 84. I'm gonna call you 84. I'm gonna call you 84. The floor is yours, my friend. I'm gonna there you go. The floor is yours.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, it's ATROX, Atrox.
I can say it in real time. I'm just not gonna be able to say it again later when I come back around. But
no, you're good. You're good. It's not my real name. It's a Greek word. That's all.
Okay. Atrox.
Atrox. Yeah.
Okay.
You already kind of hit on it already, host. But I was just gonna point out with Elizabeth's feelings about what's going on with like Doge and all that stuff. Is like it just seems silly to me that like I think federal like overhead with like all the employees, the federal government's like it's like 1% of the federal government spending is like on employee salary, like overhead, like so that's like the cuts they're making are almost they're so minuscule, like it just doesn't even matter, like in my opinion. Like the biggest I think the biggest expenditure for the federal government is, you know, like Medicare, Medicaid, Social Security, all that stuff. It's like, is that what they're going for next?
Well, we know that they've already proposed $880 billion cuts in Medicaid. And yes, they are going after Social Security next as well. So those are the answers to your questions.
That terrifies me.
Mm-hmm.
That terrifies me. Anyways, that's all I was wanting to point out. I had something else, but I've forgotten about it.
Okay. All right. Let's push it back around. Mostly. The floor is yours.
Thanks. Just what Maritime was saying. They're not interested in saving money. If they were interested in saving money, they wouldn't be trying to buy Greenland. They wouldn't be, proposing that we develop the Gaza Strip. Trump wouldn't be making appearances at NASCAR and the Super Bowl. That's costing taxpayers millions of dollars. MAGA's slogan is America First, but the first thing that they have done when they come into office is to take away American jobs. Bullshit about, we got to bring jobs back to America. Well, we're firing the people that have jobs here in America. And I don't believe for 1 second that people like crisis workers for veterans, that physicians, that scientists, that those are frivolous positions that we can just get rid of because they all serve a purpose. And
We don't know yet what the ramifications are going to be when all of these essential positions are gone. And I'm afraid that the people that are going to feel it the most are marginalized groups, are going to be veterans, are going to be seniors, and the wealthy will still stay wealthy. They will still have their health care. And saving money is not their priority. And anybody who thinks that that they are that this is going to help us is delusional.
Yeah, yeah. No, I think that's a great point, and I think even more so understanding. Like this is the problem that I have. And Elizabeth, are you still there? Because you're a teacup, and so I don't know if you're still here. Oh, you are. Okay. This is the problem that I have, and I guess Elizabeth, mostly just said something, and I would love to hear what you think. Even though Shells doesn't think we should ask you questions anymore, but I would love to hear what you think about. What do you think? Do you truly believe that the intentions behind what they're doing right now, as far as quote unquote cutting expenses and also firing people, do you truly think that it's about decreasing the national budget, or do you think that there's anything else that's like you know what alley-oop is?
No.
Okay, so alley-oop is in basketball when one player they throw the ball up in the air and then the other player grabs the ball and dunks it. So it's a two-part play. So I feel like this is the first part of the alley-oop, and the slam dunk is coming. But do you not think that the slam dunk is coming? And I have a specific slam dunk that I'm thinking of, but I want to know what you think before I say that.
That's initially why, remember I said I'm like about 70% excited. The other 30% is obviously like the risk, right? They could completely be fraud. But then,
how much of a fraud do you think they might be? Like a $4 trillion fraud? Do you think that might be? You might think they might be that big of a fraud?
When I say fraud, I mean more like you have to think, okay, so does Elon Musk really need more money? No,
yes.
But he would want more power, right? He doesn't need money. He will like more power to like change laws to benefit him, particularly his companies, right? So that's a risk. Trump probably needs more money. I don't know exactly how. Like, I don't think anybody really knows exactly how wealthy he actually is. But he definitely loves the attention. So and then of course putting this unconventional people in his cabinet. It could be because he learned from his last presidency that keeping the people that have been in government for a while doesn't actually work to get things done. So he comes in with and some of these people are actually previously Democrats that just work, right? So
something like a Democrat, yeah.
Right, Tulsi Gabbard was a Democrat.
Okay, hold on one second. Okay, hold on one second. Shells, am I off base? I mean, do you think there's a $4 trillion tax cut slam dunk coming in this alley-oop? Like, what are your thoughts?
I think the only tax cuts that are coming are going to be for Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg, Bezos, and the other freaking billionaires. Ain't no tax cuts coming for the American citizens. Our taxes are going to go up.
Yeah, but and that's the key point that I'm speaking to, right? I mean, like everyone. Like Elizabeth, maybe you don't get this, but everyone else on the panel, I want to hear from everybody else on the panel. I'm gonna go around, everyone else on the panel. Hold on one second, Elizabeth. Everybody else on the panel, you guys do understand that the whole point of them doing this is simply about the tax cuts that they're trying to actually get passed, right? Because they can't bump the debt ceiling, and so they have to get these tax cuts passed. Mostly, do you understand that?
Oh, 100%. And if I could just touch on something that Elizabeth just said. Elizabeth, you had said that, he put these people in his cabinet because the people that were there before were in government too long. The reason he has chosen the people in his cabinet that he did is because they are not going to hold him accountable.
Right. They're loyalists. I guess that's the rhetoric.
Right. And there is nothing scarier. They've taken away all of the barriers, all of the roadblocks, all of the people whose job it was to keep people accountable. And when you take away accountability and you have people in power, there is no telling what could happen. And I don't know if you knew this, today, was it today or yesterday, for the first time, America sided with Russia.
Yes, they
with
did.
North Korea,
Twice.
along with, yeah. It can terrify you.
Russia, Israel, North Korea, it was Sudan. Yeah.
That all have dictators.
So what I think about it is what's wild to me, and I don't understand this because I feel like most right minded and even before, like, I feel like this is a Trump thing, but even before, like, any politicians in general, like, or billionaires, but especially right now in this time and what we're going through, I find it so odd that people that support Trump and they're hardcore MAGA think that all of a sudden politicians who don't know who they are and don't care about them, all of a sudden these billionaires are working tirelessly 24 hours a day to help the middle class all of a sudden out of the blue. Whenever Republicans in the government have never helped the middle class, period, ever. They've been trying to strip away Social Security, Medicaid, Medicare, and for years and years and years. And it's just amazing to me that all of a sudden they think the Elon Musk is working tirelessly to help. No, he's firing all of these people. That way he can privatize it with one of his own companies and make money off of it. That's all that's going on.
Wait, Shell. So are you telling me that Elon Musk is actually doing stuff like, firing people in government positions like with the FAA, and then saying that SpaceX will help with our aviation problem because planes keep falling out of the sky here in the United States? Are you saying that he's doing stuff like that? Because that doesn't... Huh.
Why do you think he just fired a bunch of people from NASA? I mean, they laid off
wait.
NASA. That way they can prioritize it and use SpaceX. It's all to make Elon Musk money. It has nothing to do with helping.
Hey, Shells, you don't say. You, wow. I'm sorry, go ahead.
It's true.
Yeah, no, I know, like, oh, God. Yeah, I mean, like, chat. Like, we all see it, right? Like, everybody sees what's happening, right? Is it just, like, everybody else, we all see it, right? Like, YouTube, hold on, YouTube, do you all see it over on YouTube? Twitch and YouTube, does everyone see it? Is it? Okay, all right, I'm sorry, go ahead, Elizabeth.
Yeah, so why would he, so he had two options, right? He could have done it silently on the background like all billionaires already do, right? They, like, people talk about this tech oligarchs or whatever, but I mean, they were there for Biden, they were there for like all the previous presidents. So, and so were big, and any big industry. They're there buying them on the back and being, without being so public.
W's in the chat for Coach Unk, who said Game of Thrones. Coach Unk just absolutely answered your question. Game of Thrones.
Why would he do it so publicly? As a
Game of Thrones.
Elizabeth, the reason why Elon gets up there and throws out the Yahtzee salute or whatever and does that is because he's a narcissist and he lives for the attention and the notoriety. He loves it. That's why he does it. He's other billionaires do it behind the scenes because they don't want the type of attention that Elon's getting because they stay in the background. They don't want to be front page of news and this and that. He's doing it just like Trump because they're narcissists.
Well, and so like, see, but this is the thing. A great philosopher by the name of Dwayne Michael Carter once said, "Real G's move in silence like lasagna. If you don't know, you don't know." Maritime, what would you like to add?
There's only a minute and a half. I'll let you continue.
No. Go ahead. You got the floor.
Well, the one thing I wanted to bring up was a comment made about running the government like a corporation.
Yes.
And the reason why you can't do that is because if it ran like a corporation, the first thing you would do is all social services are going to be cut.
Mm-hmm.
Things like
Medicaid.
Things like
SNAP benefits.
Disabilities, right? It costs money to help people with disabilities. It doesn't bring in money. That's what a corporation would do. And if you look back to the past, we would have child labor. They would bring that back, right? It's more profitable. You pay them less. So these are just some of the reasons why you can't run it like a corporation, because we've had that happen before. We saw what happens, and it's to the net benefit of the corporation. It's not to the net benefit of the people.
Well, that's not what I mean by running it by a corporation. What I mean by running it by a corporation, you have money coming in and money going out, and you have to allocate it appropriately in order for you not to be in the deficit. So you have to make money somehow.
Yeah, cut social services, hire children, increase profits. That's how you would do it.
No, you're not
doing right
you don't
now.
have to.
Republicans have already introduced bills to get rid of labor laws.
They have. I was gonna say it, but they have. Sorry, go ahead. Yes.
Elon Musk said that people should be working 75-hour work weeks.
Yes.
So
They're literally doing what Maritime is saying.
Yeah, literally, Republicans have introduced bills. One Republican was on the news saying, we shouldn't have free lunches for children in school.
Yes.
Because back in his day, he had a job. Okay, so
yes.
A 5-year-old in kindergarten should go get a job so he can pay for his school lunch. I mean, what? It's literally what they're proposing.
Didn't Republican states also increase the amount of hours that under 18-year-olds can work after school too?
Mm-hmm.
It's happening. This is not
it's not hypothetical.
This isn't. We're not posturing. We're not fear mongering. This is reality. And this is just the beginning too. We're only like a month in. It's gonna get worse.
This is a Handmaid's Tale in the making.
And this is how you run the government like a corporation. That's the point I'm trying to make.
It is.
Whenever Elizabeth, when your grandma or whoever loses her Social Security benefits, whoever that they worked their entire life for, are you going to be happy that she lost her little check that she lived on every month, and that Elon Musk gets to make $8 million a day? That's going to make you're going to be okay with that?
Well, the thing that I've gauged about Elizabeth, and I don't know if anybody else has picked up on this, because OC was saying that Elizabeth doesn't have a job. No, you know what I sniffed out like super early, and I'm wondering if anybody else did. Shell, you talked about Elizabeth's grandmother Social Security check. Something tells me that Elizabeth comes from old money, and she doesn't have to worry about her grandmother with the Social Security check.
I definitely don't come from old money.
Then why do you support the things you support?
The way you slid in working for your family business, and the way that you've had, the ability to kind of bounce. Okay.
Well, I moved around because I hated accounting. It's not like that difficult.
You just moved around to all kind of things. You probably just, if you come from money, you probably just moved around your house and ain't never worked a freaking job. But
I've been working. I'm actually not even from the U.S. I'm
oh my
from
God.
another country.
Wait, so you're not a U.S. citizen?
I am a U.S. citizen, but my first job was cleaning houses at like 15 years old. So no, I don't come from money.
Okay, well, we're gonna throw this out one more time because I'm gonna. Oh, okay. So the way that we pronounce her name is Oya. That's how you pronounce it, Oya. Oya, Elizabeth is sent a $5 donation saying, Elizabeth, let me hold your hand with a latex glove and Clorox wipes in between. Elon is Elon is legally creating his own DoD contracts, therefore creating a legal monopoly. Wake up, Trump doesn't care about you, and neither First Lady Elanya Musty. I am not saying that last word. Again, this is your second time tonight you're trying to get me canceled. I am not saying those words. Oya, stop trying to get me canceled. W's in the chat for Oya for that $5 donation. Also, W's in the chat for Jennifer, who sent a $1 donation saying everyone sees it but Elizabeth. I'm sorry guys. I think Elizabeth sees it. No, Oya, you cannot say it because you're gonna get this live taken down. You've been wilding all night. You absolutely cannot.
I've been saying for the longest, you need to bring someone up here to help
I know
her.
y'all have been showing it. Listen, we gotta.
You need to bring someone up here to help her out, like another MAGA supporter.
They were up here, but they started running and crashing out. At least Elizabeth has been able to actually,
but
not.
she's drowning here on
But
her own.
like Elizabeth is coming off mute when it's time for her to speak and actually having a conversation. The rest of them just came up here and crashed out all night. They're just freaking weird.
Do I need to just act like MAGA and help Elizabeth out? Because she needs some help.
You know what? And you guys can say, Elizabeth, I understand you. I genuinely do. I get where you're coming. Your point is that you think that the ends justify the means. I don't agree. But that's where you're coming from, and you have a pretty focused standpoint as far as why things are happening. So I get it as what it is.
I do think that there's definitely some fraud and abuse in the government. I mean, you have to really be very positive about your government to really believe that everything is perfect. And, as a taxpayer, I definitely want my taxes to decrease. I want to be able to afford a house just like my parents were able to afford a house, right? If you think about...
And you think that the Trump administration is going to give you any of this?
The taxes are going up, I hate to tell you.
I think that none of the presidents before, maybe Obama got a little bit closer, but then he also bailed out all the banks.
And wait. So you think that the Trump administration is going to be the administration that gives you the opportunity to become a homeowner?
Well, I am a homeowner, but I mean, when you think about it from a broader...
Wait, so didn't you just say buy a home?
Homeowner? Oh my God.
Right. So for example,
so
it's not
you said
the house
that
I want, right? Because the house that I want is
But you said that you wanted to be able to buy Elizabeth.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my God. Stop fucking lying.
Something in the milk ain't clean, Elizabeth. Something in the milk ain't clean. Elizabeth, I'm gonna go ahead and drop you down. I don't know. It's been way too much. It was way too. Somebody said, the expression said it earlier. Said Elizabeth up here playing in our face. Something in the milk ain't clean. I don't know.
No, yeah. First she lived in her family's house. Then she is an accountant.
It was a lot.
House cleaner. No.
I just don't understand that blind trust. And
it's wild.
The people who are most in need, the people who have the least money are the ones who have this fantasy that all of these billionaires, are they're going to somehow get their breadcrumbs, and they're going to somehow, someday turn around here you go, here's a few dollars, and thank you so much.
I don't get it.
I don't understand.
I don't understand people that think that Elon Musk doesn't want money because he has money. That's the dumbest thing that I've ever heard. Ever.
Everyone wants money, no matter he's one of the richest. He's the richest man in the world. He still wants more money. Otherwise, he wouldn't be asking for $8 million a day. It's never enough for anybody, right?
It's not, and I think the only difference is is understanding. Like for Elon, it's all gonna depend on what does he have to do to get more money and how much more, right? I like that's the only factors. It's not that he doesn't want it.
He's figured it out, and it's not even about him like making more money. To me, it's about him like making sure everyone knows how much power he's gotten the last month or two.
That's why he threw up the Nazi sign.
Yeah, and now he's got. There was another Republican that threw it up in a video not long ago. I can't think of the freaking name of the Republican. I'll have to go back and look at my TikTok.
Well, I'll just say this because I made a video, and yeah, Steve Bannon definitely did it. I made a video. Yeah, it was Steve Bannon. Listen, I made a video. I spent time making and posting this video this morning. As a matter of fact, I'm going to post it on my YouTube. If you guys want to see it, I'm going to post it on my YouTube. Make sure you follow me on all the sites. Blue Sky, YouTube, Twitch, Instagram. Follow me on YouTube at Santana Speaks. But I made a video this morning about that very thing, about how Steve Bannon did it, and even Nick Fuentes. Yes, Nick Fuentes said, okay, it's enough of the Schnazi stuff. Like, he was like, even I'm getting uncomfortable with all the Schnazi stuff. And when Nick Fuentes says it's too much Nazi stuff going on,
you're in trouble.
Yeah, maybe okay, it's been overdone.
For a man, her body, my choice is wild. For him to it's too much.
Santana, the funniest thing I think about that whole thing is that after that happened, somehow everyone became experts on the Roman salute.
Exactly.
Like, no one even heard of that. Like,
no
what?
one, and which is not even a thing. That's not even a real thing. Also, guys, W's in the chat for Parkers over on Twitch, who actually just became a sub. What up, Parkers? Yeah, but no, I'm gonna post that on my YouTube because TikTok gave me a flag when I tried to post it, and so I had to take it down.
Have any of you guys? Did you guys talk at all tonight about Elon Musk showing up at that? What is the name? I can't remember.
CPAC.
There's an acronym. No. They're in Germany. There's the
Oh, yeah. No, we didn't talk about that. We're gonna save that for tomorrow. It's actually T-shirt time, my friend.
Well,
all right.
I gotta drop because I gotta go to bed. But
Yep. That's what I was saying. It's T-shirt time. I'm gonna drop you guys down. Thank you all for coming and hanging out. I appreciate each and every one of you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, guys. It was an interesting night, to say the least. It was an interesting night, to say the least. It was an interesting night, to say the least. Let's do something fun. Let's do something fun.
What is going on?
Hello.
Hello.
Are you looking for debates?
I am looking for debates.
Oh, hey, chat. So this is my friend. This is my friend Lillian. She actually does debates as well. Guys, do me a favor. If you are here, oh yeah, no, I cannot read your messages properly because you're gonna get me canceled. Shells, thank you for following me on Twitch. Guys, click the right side of your screen, and all you have to do is click watch live. I want everybody to jump over to Lillian's live. Everybody jump over to Lillian's live. We're gonna do a Santana raid from here. So all you have to do, if you're watching, all you have to do is click on her side of the screen and then switch over, and we're gonna do a Santana raid, and I wanna see her numbers going up. So all you have to do is click her side of the screen and then go over, and that'll actually, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about, guys. Let's do the Santana raid. Everybody get over to Lillian's live. Let's boost her live. Let's get some debates. You know what? If we get, there's still 600 something people hanging out here. I'll make you guys a deal. If at least 300 people go over to Lillian's live, I'll go get on her panel and I'll go do some debates with her. So, but we need at least 300. If you guys want to see a little bit of spicy Santana, I'll hop over on her panel, but it has to be at least 300 people that go over. So I need everybody to get over to her panel. I need you guys tapping the screen, sharing the live, doing all the wonderful things. Send your daily heart me. Get over to her panel. All you got to do, you don't have to look for her username. Click the right side of your screen, and then at the bottom it says watch live. It will take you over to her chat. You don't even need her name. Just tap your screen and look at her picture, and then just at the bottom it says watch live. It will send you over to her live. There's 113 right now. There's still almost 600 people here. Again, if we get 300 people over to her live, I will join and I will do some debates. But I need at least 300 people. All you have to do is click her side of the screen, and then at the bottom it says watch live. You click watch live, it sends you over to her live. There's still, again, guys, all you got to do is get over there. You guys must not want to see me debate. And is that what it is?
Kind of debate. Do you guys like us?
It feels like they don't want to see us debate. Like, I don't know what's going on. There's still like 560 people hanging out here. Like, what is happening?
Evelyn said we're coming.
And you guys get over there. I'm telling you, I'm about to break out. Get over to her live. And as a matter of fact, I can see her live right now. Guys, run those likes up. She's not even at 10,000 likes yet. Get the likes up to $50,000. Go ahead and send your daily heart me. Knock out her rose. She got a rose gift, 1 coin rose gift. We can knock those out easy. Knock those roses off. No, Vicky Power, you're not in. If I can see you in my chat, you're still in my chat. You have to click the side the other side of the screen, and then watch live. If I can see you in my chat, then you're not in her chat.
You guys
go to
are
her
awesome.
chat.
Look at that. Look at the people come in. You guys are awesome. W Santana for the raid.
All right, guys, I'm gonna drop out. I might still swing by chat. Why are you guys so stubborn? Why are you guys like this? Why are you guys like this?
Thank you guys for reaching our goal. I do appreciate you guys. I really do. And I appreciate Santana for the raid.
All right, I'm gonna drop out.
Alrighty. All right, let's get this started, guys.
I think I'm gonna drop out. Hold on, okay, here. All right. All right, guys. Okay. See, you said pinner. I don't think mods. Do we have any mods here? Hold on. Let's see. I think we can still pin the comment. Here. There it is. Can you guys see it? There's her username. It's pinned. It's pinned. I'm telling you, if you guys, I'm still looking, and there's like 165. So if enough people get over there, I'll do a couple of quick debates. But there has to be enough people over there. It's a Monday night and it's late. But if y'all wanna, Oye, she will definitely read your message out. She will definitely do it. I don't understand why you trying to get me canceled. Anyway, guys, we're gonna get out of here. Thank you guys for being absolutely amazing. Thank you all for being here. I love you all. You all are great. We will be back tomorrow night with another Late Nights with Santana. Guys, make sure you follow me on all the social medias. Blue Sky, YouTube, Instagram, Twitch, especially Instagram. I would love to get over 1,000 followers on Instagram. If you're still on Instagram, follow me at Instagram, Santana24J. Santana24J. Anyway, I love you guys. I will see you guys tomorrow. And as always, peace.